And we're live. Hello and welcome to the Root Winter Tournament 2023. We are in round 2, the second game of the winner's bracket. My name is Guerric. This is Lily.
Hello!
Our players today are Treefense.
Hello.
Jazmorow.
Sorry, who's this?
Elivaras.
Hello, hello.
And Boo Human.
Hello.
Thank you so much, everybody. You know where to find me if you need me, so good luck, have fun. I'll let you get started. Boom. Here we go.
We're going to play Autumn map because I just want it.
Ooh, we have not had a ton of autumn so far.
Almost every single tournament game I've ever played's been Winter, so we're just going to play Autumn.
Hey, respect.
Complete respect.
All right.
Also, considering this horrible
I'm
faction
gonna
mix.
go ahead and.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, that's my seat. I'm gonna pick the birds.
Fourth seat going Eerie. Okay.
Guys,
Shocker.
That is actually slightly surprising it's not moles.
and
People have been snap picking moles before Eerie, for the most part, but I don't think this is truly surprising. The two choices
No.
are mostly this or moles. Hi, cat. I'm busy. Sorry, I just felt a paw at my arm. There you are.
and
Oh, we're going for just like a classic corner standard setup.
I'm actually slightly worried about charismatic with this setup.
That's fair.
The lack of people I can easily hit everywhere.
I mean, there's a possibility of 2 vagabonds and only one other faction setting up in one clearing. It's unlikely there's probably be moles, but there's a possibility, which means Despot's definitely the safer choice.
I'm done.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
So we went Despot to be safe.
The choice. Kind of felt I'd be left with this choice. Become the people's champion, play the river folk, or become the people's enemy and play the Duchy. I think
Are you a hero or are you a
I
villain?
think the choice is clear.
Villain.
We're gonna do it.
Ooh, the people's champion! Now, in fairness, nobody's getting eliminated this game.
No.
Let's make that clear right now. They all have an extra life right now.
On the table.
So they all can afford to screw around. But
But do you really... Holy crap.
eh. Okay, fair enough.
Starting hand, I would say. Okay.
This is admittedly more of a riverfolk hand than a mole's hand.
Any clearings along the river?
That's fair.
Okay.
There was a good clustering of bunny clearings.
Oh, was there a good one?
So.
No, it
no.
wasn't.
Nah.
I'm a liar.
This hand. Any thoughts? Stuff you definitely don't want me to throw away.
I mean, there is a bunny dominance. That's pretty strong.
Say, yeah, Bunny Dom, great for this map. Okay.
You can do what you want with your market.
All right.
All right, nobody playing ball.
Where am I setting up?
Sometimes this can be a real negotiation point. People can
This
get
could.
really involved in what you keep and what you don't keep.
Well-
Not today.
You probably want to keep the birds because the Eerie exist.
Or you don't want to keep the birds because the Eerie exists.
I think I'm gonna
All
go
true
ahead.
facts.
Like, some people would rather...
I will say having 3 out of the 5 river clearings be bunny is both fortunate and unfortunate.
And pick clearing 11.
It,
All right, 3 warriors in the payment spot.
I think the key takeaway here is that rabbit and fox trade posts are going to be relatively easy. It's the mouse trade posts that are going to be difficult. And still not absurdly difficult, because we can...
Trade posts on the
10 is on the river, and we can reach 6 or 2 from rivers, but
Okay.
it feels
So,
like...
almost identical to the foxes.
And give
Well, I feel like fox is more so on the way or more so out of the way of people.
I think I'm super loving the idea of pricing for 1. So I think we're gonna price it at 2.
I feel like that one is theirs. No, don't do it.
Well, no, it's before our turn. So it's
I know this early.
the one. This is the one time where 1 is,
All right.
an all right price.
That's fair.
Done.
Because it's not shutting down protectionism. That's the reason it's usually so bad, is because it shuts down protectionism. If it didn't do that, we'd see 1 as a price far more often.
That's true. That's true. If Duchy is left to first seed, I will die. If Duchy isn't picked, I will die even more.
If nobody picks Duchy, then
This table is my hero if no one picks Duchy. Just
that means this is secretly a competition to see who is the spiciest meme lord.
Duchy's sort of the obvious choice here.
Mhm. That scoundrel.
Exactly.
Someone's got to play moles. Come on.
A seat 1 moles, I think, is, sounds a little. Sounds
a bit scary. I don't think I've ever actually played moles. That's the only reason I'm hesitating. But I could give it a spin.
So is Jazmorow
Jazmorow is the one who said they had not.
are they a primarily digital player? Was what I was going to act.
No, IRL just with the base game.
Yeah, Jazmorow is actually relatively new to the game.
Exactly.
Wow! Look at him getting into the winners bracket. Good job.
But I couldn't let seat 1 have him.
Good counter picking. And honestly, I've seen some people play moles and like crash and burn on the first play, but in general, I've also seen people do fine. I've heard many stories of people playing their first game of Root as moles and doing fine. So it's not like giving somebody the keepers.
No. The one kind of nice thing about moles is that as long as you can wrap your head around sway, they slowly build up their actions so you can like slowly like
they
acclimate to them.
Yeah, they're one of those factions that grows in decision space over the course of the game, as opposed to something like the Rats, which is kind of a bell curve where you have all your moods at the start, which is a huge upfront barrier for learning the faction. And then those shrink over the course of the game as you pick up items, but that also means your action economy expands. So it's like the mid game tends to be the narrowest point of the decision space, with the ends being the widest point for Rats.
So Underlevel bringing up an interesting point that number 1 seat actually has the lowest
Pick where they go?
rate out of the tourney so far.
That's interesting.
It's actually even more interesting considering it includes 2 3-player games.
Among clearings adjacent as evenly as possible. Because there's only 3 clearings adjacent, you get to pick where the last 2 go.
Alright, I choose. Good to know.
As long as they're also like mostly even, like you can't stack 3.
Yeah, so conventional wisdom has always been that the more the games are focused on points racing, the better earlier seat position is, and the more entangled the games get and the more they become about dragging the other players down, the more it becomes more advantageous to be later in the seat order. Obviously, we don't have enough games to be statistically significant by any means.
I recommend the Vagabond.
Scoundrel.
But we can try and intuit some knowledge from it, both by looking at the numbers and by feeling what's been happening.
Pumpkin face, but no, I'll play the Harrier.
Alright. Treefense, not the spiciest meme lord, but
Overlay.
Oh, I started and then I forgot.
Reading that upside down, that's an Arbiter. That's a little scarier.
Did you not? You didn't read this as Harrier, read it as Arbiter?
Yeah, because I'm reading it upside down, and I just kind of...
no.
I hate when my brain autocorrects to the wrong word.
That's okay. I don't think I would have picked Harrier either way, so...
Let's see, which one's the Harrier? Is this one the Harrier? I think so. Right, where do I want to hang out to start?
Is anyone else here part of the slightly enlarged Vagabond camp for visibility? Or is it just
I'm
me?
fine with that.
I'm happy to
I
do
really
that.
like that. Yeah.
I do not have permission.
Guerric, can you enlarge the Vagabond, please?
Oh, there you go.
Sure.
The real
That's-
symbol of destruction.
I don't like that this makes me look like more of...
This is
I'm
the
a
real
big-
psyops right here. I never I asked to minimize the Vagabond when I play it personally, but that's
I'm a big person in real life, so I guess this makes sense.
In all seriousness, let me know how large you actually want it. I can make it a little larger, a little smaller, whatever you're comfortable with.
I like that size personally, especially the Harrier is so dark and hard to see.
I would like it no larger, please. Thank you.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
I believe that.
I vote you make it the size of the map.
Stack. Where are you? Come here.
Snofnum, it was the lovely scoundrel.
Yeah.
Poor Stanley.
Stanley's back in his corner.
That sucks.
Oh, what are the quests?
Guard duty, errand, and logistics help. That's actually not bad.
What do we need here? Moles, birds, otters. And I believe I'm all set.
Being Harrier probably would have been nice to get a crossbow quest done with early. Do they all have torches on them though? I can't recall.
The crossbow quests?
Yeah.
I don't know, let me find out.
I'm
gonna go with yes. My answer is going to be yes. 100%.
Yeah, never mind on that thought then. I think the main issue then is just that Harrier is one of the ones that doesn't start with a boot, which is odd.
ready to go.
She doesn't start with a bag. She doesn't have a T. So those quests do kind of suck, contrary to typical Vagabond heuristics, I think.
That's fair. And General Jack, probably they'd be willing to, but we have to ask them first.
Yeah, I think
that requires us asking.
Yeah, I think they didn't commentate last year, and that was solely because I asked them too late. I didn't give them enough heads up.
Okay.
Because I reached out to them, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're busy that time." And I was like, "Yeah, that's my bad. I let you know last minute."
Shop. Anything you'd like?
Oh, let me take a look. See.
I know moles are going to be a bit of a problem in this.
Oh, wait a minute. Tad, thank you for your Prime sub. I'm sorry, I saw that in the pre-roll and forgot to mention it. And DJ Think, thank you for the 100 bits.
That bunny clearing it.
Sorry, I did not mean to forget you too.
I definitely think I'll be purchasing from you as the Vagabond, but I would like to get my item economy a little more going. Although I do have crossbow sword, which, first turn not going to do much for me.
What was the other card we had besides the Rabbit Dom that we put back?
You know what? Sure.
Partisans,
right.
Those two, and I'll take.
I was like, I remember it being a crafted improvement that was solid, but maybe not
Thank you.
must keep. So I was trying to remember.
Birdsong, refresh.
we bought card.
Do not.
I hope we ate it back to them.
Actually, hold on. It's
Well, it was the ambush, the bird ambush.
Vagabond.
Well, it's a bird, so we can always add it back to them.
Start a bird song. So you exhaust at the start of bird song, and then you immediately refresh.
Yeah, Tad, I probably would have kept it as well.
Weird interaction. I think I've played it once, so I'm happy to continue to do so. I will slip into this clearing, and then I will exhaust my torch to take a look-see into the ruins.
All right, we're starting our tour on that end. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. It begins.
Well, indeed.
Do we have a T? We're in mouse, aren't we?
Fortunately, have no shoe because I'm the Harrier, so I think I'm just gonna hang out there. I'm in a mouse, so quests are pointless. I'm in a mouse, though. I will use the hammer I just got to craft Birdie Bindle.
It's his bag.
Okay, you know what? That's actually solid as well.
Yeah.
Give you boy a point.
There's always the chance that it's the last one in the ruins and we don't need to grab it if we don't want it, or that we may need two bags and it's just bag armor or something.
Bag armor is always good for the questing. It's always good to have the extra bag just in case we want to use the bag for a quest. It's just nice to have.
Yeah, and it's good not to waste refreshes as much as possible. And this is a nice, easy one that we could.
In the bar.
We already missed a point. We're doing great.
We missed a point.
I imagine you probably don't
We
want.
sure did. We did not get the explorer point or the craft point. One of the two.
Oh, that's true.
Not sure which, but we're already missing a point, so that's good.
I don't like to play mean otters.
I'm alright for the moment, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you for window shopping.
Thank you.
Guys, it's the winner's bracket. It's not that friendly. Come on.
Exactly.
Alright, I can build, move, recruit, battle, or dig.
So the standard opening, of course, would be to recruit, sway ourselves a brigadier. We don't know the contents of Jazmorow's hand, and he is in 3 fox clearings and 1 rabbit clearing, which is maybe a little awkward. I don't know that I'd consider that a normal distribution, so we may not have the cards for that.
We do have easy access to Mouse, though, so
We
we can definitely... Why are you glaring at me?
Alright, I'm going...
We can definitely get somewhere pretty easily, if need be.
The question, of course, is Jazmorow familiar with the mole script?
I think.
Or are we going to see unconventional gameplay here? We're seeing unconventional gameplay here.
We're building.
Yeah, we're going Swole right out of the gate. Swole with markets, which, if we're doing a turn 1 Swole, it's not typically a market.
And then
Unless it's explicitly some sort of pump and dump play.
I will recruit.
This is interesting because Otters and...
For the first rune, I did not take my point.
Got it.
Is anybody
No.
opposed to me taking it now?
Go for it.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can take it.
Yeah, we're putting this on the river, which is spicy with otters in the game, ready to come eat us. That's now a 2-point clearing for otters.
And then I reveal cards to sway.
Oh, did we do a fox card?
We did use a fox card, yeah.
Somebody catch that.
Okay, I won't do that. Then I return all the cards to my hand.
We're not swaying at all.
Okay, great.
Craft.
I'm concerned. For our game.
We're crafting a hammer. No, wait, no. We're crafting a bag? Oh.
Using my market. This here, saboteurs.
All right. I'm always happy to see the saboteurs craft. Admittedly, though, Mole's so card hungry in the early game is going down a card can suck. Granted, the market's going to offset that.
Market offset that, yeah.
Otters, if I promise to buy from you, and you can even elevate the price if you want of a card to make it worth your while.
Here it comes.
Would you be able to just? I think we should just get the moles kneecapped a little early. Could you just sail over and knock out that building?
Yep.
If I promise to buy something from you.
Is this the Vagabond?
Deal, I think.
This is Boo Human.
Yeah.
Huh?
This is Boo Human, the
I know, it's not
Eerie.
very nice.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop the moles early, and this is our chance. So set. I don't care what you set the price to. I trust that you'll return the birds in due time.
Well, it's interesting because it's not setting them back a minister at all.
And if you,
Because
Right.
we don't sway anything.
I was going to get into that. The not swaying low-key
This mole.
helps in that regard. Granted, it would...
You still lose the card, though, so you don't really gain any benefit.
Okay. Yes, I am down to make that deal.
Yeah, you lose the card, and you would have lost a squire, and you very rarely need all 3 squires
Yours
as, like,
is indeed not
your
empty.
game-winning thing. So
We're not doing dividends. We're going to gather up.
it's interesting. I don't know that it's better.
That's true.
Okay. So,
So, under level, the problem with that is that Bohemian could
Likelihood
could back out of this deal, so you've got to be careful in that regards.
It's true. They did not exchange promise cubes.
battles should only need
Promise
2,
cubes.
but you never know when you're going to roll crappy. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I'm going to commit a fund
All right. Heading straight in.
to move. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I swear I was coerced.
That's right.
And I will initiate a
Definitely was
battle against
coerced.
the Duchy. Would you like to ambush me, good sir?
No.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
Oh,
Oh.
Wow, that was devastating.
Big start.
Alright, so I lose those moles. And I can pick between the building and the token to lose.
Yep.
That is correct.
Alright, I will get rid of this tunnel.
I'll score 1 point.
So I mean,
And I will go ahead and initiate it. Oh, hold on. I didn't commit my fund for the battle. And I'm going to commit a second fund to battle the building. Would you like to ambush?
No.
All right, you can go ahead and take it off.
Wow, 2 points from just
Okay.
buildings on the first
And
turn
now I'm gonna
for
go ahead and draw.
yeah. So
Riverfolk's great.
I was gonna say this is basically the equivalent. Not, it's not actually the equivalent, but it's very similar to just putting down a trade post turn 1, except we committed instead of spending.
Okay.
Obviously, the offset is we don't open up trading or crafting spots, and we don't get a recruit. But
Wow, that's amazing. So commit my fund for that.
getting 2 points out of
Just,
a couple 3 commitments is solid.
Oh, yeah, sorry, just got a random card.
And we have a verbal commitment from Eerie to purchase at
3.
3.
Got a random one.
I would say 3. He said it higher, but I think if you went to
Make
4,
them
then
into a
you might
deck
not.
and
Yeah, I think they probably back out if you actually do it at 4.
face down.
Saying that wasn't the deal.
Yeah. But anyway, that's important because it means that we actually could go for a really strong dividends play next turn. And who's going to stop us?
Pick one for me to discard.
Not me,
How about this one?
Yeah.
Sure.
because I'm not playing.
What do we drop?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Discard, all right. Sad Harrier.
Did you pick it up or did you?
No.
Okay, good catch. Thank you. Tournament jitters. All right. I have
did we-
last fund.
What were the jitters?
Just forgetting to
I'm gonna
discard the
go
card.
ahead and commit it to draw.
All right. Obviously, it would have been nice if we could have drawn first, but
Oh, tunnels. Wow, these draws. Just amazing.
those are some of the worst draws you can possibly have as Otters.
So, I am
It
going
all worked out.
to...
Mhm.
That's everything I can do in daylight. I'm going to go ahead and set prices. Let's see. I don't feel like putting it at 4 would be, well, bake sale's so good.
Not for me.
You're right.
True, not for you.
I don't exist! Bloop, 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 bloop. If I could
Is
easily,
there a card
like,
you're
just
most interested
disappear
in here?
down, I would
Or
have,
card?
but I learned last time I cannot do that elegantly, so I'm not gonna try.
I could.
Bird card and the bake sale.
Bird card.
Oh.
Um,
I reappeared.
I do like buying things. I'm a shopaholic.
Okay, let's see. I think 2 is a little cheap, but if you want to buy bird card off me first, maybe I price at 3. What do you think about that?
If I buy the bird card off of you first, you price it at 3, and
That fulfills the deal.
because you want to keep the bake sale for now.
I would prefer to keep the bake sale,
Okay.
and I
3.
but I don't want to thrift you on a 4 for a bird card.
No, we're cutting deals here. I will buy the bird card for 3.
Okay,
All right.
Legit.
We're making deals.
because I would feel bad thrifting you for 4, and
Yeah.
that's also a good time to say, you know what, 4 is way too high. I'm not going to purchase. So
They would still lose the card for price of failure,
okay,
even if they don't
so
have a
that
minister,
will be
right?
my prices, and I'll end my turn.
Cool.
I feel like that was a very good first turn for the Otters.
I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, that was a great first turn for the Otters. Minus drawing the 2 worst cards we could possibly draw. That part sucked, but otherwise it was pretty solid.
Elivaras, for someone who took Waterman's Law out of their play area, you sure did pick the Otters.
Waterman's out. I put it in my play area.
I'm gonna go ahead and just put that bird card right in recruits.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. It looks familiar.
Dare I? Nah, yeah, just there for now.
Monte Cristo, I think it was safe because Eerie had promised to buy at 3 for the card.
And then I will just go through the decree.
I love a swap me with Otters in game.
I mean, I just love a swap mate. It's a good card.
It's true.
Recruit. Move. Actually, I'll just move 3. And then a
Heroic logic. I mean, starting last, not knowing what's going to be on the map, but likely it's going to be this state where everything is kind of far away from you.
One card.
There was a risk of turmoiling turn 1 if we didn't go Despot.
Yeah. This faction pool did not support a speculative charismatic.
Okay. We will refresh. We will slip down Bunny Way. We will explore. See what we get.
What am I gonna... It's a sword.
Sword, very sharp.
It's a sword.
For the building.
Harrier chose violence.
I think the game chose violence and Harry just happened to be there.
I will exhaust my hammer to craft my first shoe. Baby's first shoe. Boot.
Das Boot!
I will spend that boot to scoot down here to clearing 12.
Also true Monte Cristo.
But you seem like you're having a time of it.
And it's
Some cards.
there's a potential for like
I would love some cards.
easy tunnels if
Say no to that.
if moles go small mole.
Hey, listen, if we're playing sides of the table, I'm just trying to start the dive.
We're aiding the moles.
This is interesting.
I like this
in
because
good faith.
of what just happened to the moles.
Crossbow. Let me take a look at my quest real quick. Where am I? Foxy, boot bag. I'm out of boots anyway. I'll exhaust my crossbow, and I will chuck you... Let's see, where are we?
I mean, this is definitely the sort of play that even having set moles back, you would typically not do, because moles are such a strong faction, and
And I will...
setting them back is really getting them back down to parity with the other factions.
Right now, I like having...
But what we might be seeing is the table
Needs to get discarded.
taking advantage of Jazmorow's statement that this is their first time playing moles, and they have no experience with them,
Well under bag limit, and that is...
which I only bring up in case it was a bluff.
And Katare, moles didn't sway because they didn't feel like it, and they lost their building, so if they'd swayed, they would have lost it anyway. Mainly because they just didn't feel like it.
No, not this one.
Have a Spacoke?
Yeah.
Then I will place one warrior in the burrow.
I guess I just wanted to craft Sabo and get out of there.
This period. Is that start?
Start a
Start
bird song. Yeah.
How much do we care about the swap meet?
Oh.
Katara, sometimes my job is not to say the reasonable thing, it's to say the exciting thing.
A little later on.
Okay.
You'd hate
I feel like
if I just, crafted coffin.
part of
Like
a commentator's job is to like
that
create
would be
excitement.
unfun.
But I'm trying to think of like the right word for it. There's a word I'm thinking of, but I
But
can't
I
put my
also
name. It's
really
like
don't-
it's like
You gotta
fantasy
zhuzh it up.
Yeah, zhuzh it up right there.
Don't worry, I'll probably just do it to the Otters.
All right.
Well,
Well,
that's not very nice.
Okay, I got nothing.
just
just
remember,
established a
if you
partnership.
break that promise,
We
I still have-
established a sale.
Possibly.
We established.
I know nothing about any of these players.
Partnership.
It's a rocky road.
We're in
Alright.
turbulent waters.
I
I
won't
can
stab
hear
it,
the commentary.
and then I can have two actions. I will.
So I heard we were making some kind of deal. I missed the exact details of that deal.
Same.
I know it started with talking about saboteurs, and it...
I think it was saboteuring the swap meet.
Hmm.
So that's the only other crafted improvement right now.
All right. I only have fox clearings.
So, I mean, all things considered, moles are still in a fine position here. Obviously, they've been set back a turn and a card and then some warriors, and that sucks.
This turn.
Pardon me. But if they could easily just hunker down, focus on building their engine, and turn out fine. This is not the end of the world for them.
No.
It's going to take
And then
tighter play than it maybe otherwise would have required, though. Your game got harder.
card.
Which makes moles fun.
And
Yes.
this partisans. Let's place a tunnel in 11.
Okay, so we're taking.
Okay.
That's your second daylight action?
Yes.
Okay.
Did
We-
we recruit and dig?
I'd have liked to have done this without
Let's to sway minister.
spending cards if possible. And I don't love getting our more warriors on the map at the moment. Granted, there's not a strong militant faction to come punish you for it, but you gotta think of warriors as a resource for moles, and putting them on the map makes them vulnerable to removal.
Well, and we still have 3 cards in hand, so we could sway Bridget if we wanted to, because we got that card 8 into
don't have
us,
these
so
offhand.
that helped.
I think you're missing 2 still.
Yeah,
Should be 9. Yeah, there's 2 more there.
in this pile somewhere. Oh,
There's also the mole board over here. If anyone ever wants it.
there we go.
That would require us to know it exists.
It's true.
I will reveal these 2 cards.
Ooh, going for Squire. Really would have liked Bridget here.
See a crown on the 4 mole. And score 1.
We're really into buildings.
Well, so
Then I return them to my hand.
I'm trying to be delicate about how I talk about the mole games. I don't want to be disparaging to Jazmorow, particularly if they're actually new to moles.
Can't.
This does feel like we're falling into the traditional traps of a new moles player, though. The idea of
Elivaras.
the mindset of thinking that the faction needs their buildings and that they need to sway their way up the ladder instead of
Maybe
know,
partnership.
heading straight for the ones you want.
But I am curious what the timeline of return of my birds is.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not opposed to spending birds for sure, especially if it's something that, especially if you're open to purchasing. Again, I'm very willing to spend because it wouldn't be fair of me to keep like 6 birds and be like, you still need to buy, you know.
I don't even need all 3 birds back this turn, but if you
Yeah.
return, if you build a trade post and you build well, let's see. Are you going to craft the coins on this turn?
It's hard to say.
I
I
wouldn't.
don't know how much I like the feeling of blowing 4 funds this early on trade posts. I feel like I'm going to want to draw more and maybe put down 1 trade post.
Okay.
But I do want to keep the coins is the thing. I don't
We have a 3-point dividend.
give it away. But
We have a 3-point dividend on our mat right now.
That's
Then.
that's the card I want.
I would love a dividend.
yeah,
It solves so many problems in the late game.
it's bought off me that
I say that remembering
very much because
I need to DM Elivaras back about we were having a conversation about dividends. and then life got crazy.
probably
I
not.
need to DM him back. But
Okay. Just wanted to see.
So what you're telling me is that dividends are on the front of this Otters player's mind.
maybe they would be if I DM'd him back.
Funds into the payment and to remove all gather all my funds with no protectionism, no dividend.
We'd have to spend 2 to place the trade post Magic Zamboni since we have none on the map at the moment.
And you can only score dividends if you have a trade post on the map.
Correct. Which is frequently forgotten.
By committing an otter to draw 1 card.
The dream is dead. Hopes and dreams crushed. Oh, baby.
No.
That is a T, indeed.
I think I might rather buy that from you just to keep the Vagabond from having it.
But
Yeah,
I want to
'cause
craft.
I wouldn't want to craft it either. It's like 2 points, and then Vagabond gets T turn 2.
I've got it. We could export it.
I'll hold on to it.
Okay. Draw again with an otter.
If anyone's wondering, it is exporting is on here. It's right there. It's just not there by name.
Okay.
So you get a warrior instead.
You get a warrior in the payment box,
Okay.
which shuts down protectionism.
Charm offensive.
So we could also do this. We could overdraw and discard it.
Certainly is.
Okay. That is an interesting
Monte Cristo.
card. All right. I'm going to draw again with 1 bird.
I wouldn't even call myself a huge. Ooh, mama.
Getting a little crazy this market.
I wouldn't even call myself like a major fan of dividends or anything. I just think they're underutilized, and it's contributing to the lack of Otter success in competitive play.
Let's see.
I feel like one dividend turn.
I think having like one
He's gonna
good
be-
dividend in the early game
I'll drop
solves a bunch of problems in your end game.
post.
I would agree.
I would like to drop a bird trade post next turn. And give you some birds back.
Next
So I
turn, you
will-
said?
You have a whole thesis.
Start of my next turn, first thing I'm going to do is drop a bird trade post. How does that feel?
Okay, so
Can you repeat that?
The first thing I'll do on my next turn is drop a trade post with birds.
well, that would be
Can you say that one more time?
cheating.
I would think that would discourage me from buying on that turn, which is a shame because you have so many good cards. Are you keeping it at 3?
No.
Well, okay, so let's see. So I could... Because you want to buy in this upcoming turn, right? Because
So like how I said no
Yeah, I guess
to
I
the
can
game,
drop
but
them.
Tad,
I
that
can
also
immediately drop
goes
these
for
2
you.
birds.
Yeah, Tad, we were talking about that. There's no trade post. We would have need to do that as our only action this turn.
That's right. I might buy twice.
That's why we were saying the dream is dead.
Yeah.
you know, 45 seconds
I'd rather
ago.
buy the tea from you than
The price is right.
you
might buy
discarding
twice.
it because then I'll
We can't buy twice.
tea
Next
until
turn.
the next reshuffle, maybe.
Yeah,
And
and we already know
yeah,
1 T's in the discard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that. I will stick to that plan then. I will. Well, first I'm going to draw 1 more with my otter.
So I think we just successfully negotiated the keeping of the bird funds and gaining more.
And now I'm going to spend 2 birds.
No, I think we're giving them back now.
No, okay, we are giving them back.
I'm
Give
confused.
those back to you
Thank you.
to place a bunny trade post.
Crafting charm offensive, perhaps.
And an otter on the river.
I hope so.
Score 2 points. And for my last fund,
Clearly, we want to
I'm gonna
get
go
those
ahead.
informants.
and craft charm offensive.
Charm offensive is
All right.
solid for otters. Giving out the point is maybe a little more painful for them than it is for some other
I'm
factions.
going to
But every action
first. Am I going to use charm offensive?
counts to an otter's game, and charm offensive is effectively an action for you every turn.
You know, moles were hit pretty hard. I don't think they're at risk of rocketing away at the moment.
For a turn or two, at least.
Yeah, for a turn or two at least.
So-
I think I can give moles 1 card.
Okay, this is really interesting.
Welcome, Attack Cowboy.
This is some stuff you would.
I'm going to use charm offensive, draw my card.
This is some stuff you would never see conventionally. We're seeing a lot of helping of the Duchy.
I mean, you know, the more points you give me, the more I buy from you. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's a win-win.
Okay. So I'm going to
But will they buy from them?
go ahead and discard down to 5.
I want you to know I almost choked on one of those today, so I think you were trying to kill me.
I don't
It
imagine
wasn't that bad.
Eerie Emigre is going to be very desirable.
Got it. I will not. When I leave the house, I will take all of the food with me, so there's no possibility of you choking. I think that's what I just heard.
Okay. So plan is buy the tea. I imagine you'll probably swap meet me anyways, even after buying the tea.
Notably,
I will buy 2 cards if you set the price to 2.
But do you want that?
Hmm.
We now can purchase twice.
Oh no, Magic Zamboni! That's a long time! Yep, I'm taking all the food with me.
If you set the price to 2, I'll buy 2 cards. One of them will be one of the coins. Then you can set up another trade post on your turn, and we each get a coins. And you come out ahead because I only get 1 point for it.
That's true, but you could also swap meet the other coins off me.
I promise I won't do that.
Hmm.
But what about the rest of the factions that could
We're
eat
in
it?
this growing partnership that I will swap meet the Vagabond.
Okay.
We're getting deep into the weeds of negotiation here. It's interesting. It's interesting.
But at 2, does another faction buy the other coins?
Right. It's
Hmm.
Like, anybody could do it.
I mean, right. Selling that many cards in one turn is pretty great.
4 funds is a good amount.
Probably enough to offset losing the coins.
Yes, and I assume
I mean, you're losing 8 points, potentially.
give
Or you're losing 8 points,
back on the
definitely.
next turn.
5 points immediately.
Trade post to craft the coins.
Yeah, but the sooner you get funds, the more you can use them, the more value you can
Open map,
accrue.
so using
It's
some
true.
of my own funds would be preferable on my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be opposed to get. I don't know if I'd immediately have a reason to drop a bird trade post next turn if I can drop it with my own funds.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't. I would at the very least drop another one on the turn after that.
Well,
Faith in
I ate all of them to protect
a
you.
little bit, but we'll see what happens based on what you set your.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Okay.
Also, good morning.
What'd you even just say?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Gotcha.
It's also good morning. Clearly, this to solve the problem, I will eat all of the food.
I think I'm probably going to keep it at 3.
Okay.
And if you want to swap meet me, you're welcome to, as I imagine you will want to do that. So
We'll
yeah,
see.
I think that's what I'm going to do for now. So I'm going to go ahead and end my turn.
Team Momo, I'm so happy your name exists.
Team Momo, there is no turn timer.
We'll buy the tea.
Man, that button works when you guys do it. Whenever I try to move it with the num lock, it just gives me an error.
Oh,
Whatever
I
that
will-
means in chat.
I will swap meet you.
Okay. All right.
What was it? We got 1 coins. We got the other coins! And it was loam.
Got the coins.
It was loam.
I know.
Low key though, otters want loam. We'll see if Eerie keeps it.
Okay. I will.
Oh, you got to give one back, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Almost had a steel meat.
Almost had a steel meat.
There you go.
Alright.
Ooh, that's a good card.
Held on to loam, but gave back a good card.
I will add
Mm.
this. And then I will
It is less valuable this game with Vagabond. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Not valuable though, because you still could
will also
set yourself up to always use the item the turn you craft it.
retinue or my decree.
Okay,
Lock
putting
the
the
tea up.
root tea in the decree
And
to
then
really
I
lock
will
it up.
Craft boat builders.
All right. A little interesting. We went for the boat builder's craft and the Corvid planners
Yeah.
in the decree.
I think I would have preferred
Okay.
Corvid Planner's Craft over the Boat Builders, but
Normally I would. This is maybe the game where you don't have to worry about rule at all.
There.
that's true.
But I don't know. Just being able to shoot one little bird anywhere you
I
want.
have to even recruit this guy there, but I just want to use my boats while I have them. I'll do one of my moves there.
Can be invaluable. Finish my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Here. And then build and score 2 points and draw 2 cards. Okay.
Back it.
All right.
All right.
Top of the turn. Refreshing. Still 3. Don't have T yet. It's going to be everything but the crossbow. Where am I? I'm in a spot. Yeah, we'll kick off as is tradition. We'll kick off with an explore.
This is the start of round 3, right?
This is the start of round 3.
All right, we picked up our second boot.
The ruins.
Our item kit's coming together.
We just need tea.
Yeah.
I will spend my hammer to craft a T.
There it is.
Sorry, I need to move first.
We need to move first.
I need to move to the.
But cat's out of the bag. We've got a T.
This one. Hello. Hello, friends. We're all friends. I will now spend the hammer to craft the tea, because I'm now in the mouse.
So we all see where this is going now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Ugh.
become a lot more of a race.
Or a bloodfest.
All right. Let's see, what else do I have in hand here?
Bloodfest, huh?
Yes. I'm a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that makes Harrier so oppressive is that she can theoretically win the game with just a torch and 2 swords.
Yes.
That's
No quests.
That's true with Despot Infamy, but not untrue. It is probably untrue in this faction matchup,
For the last room.
unless Otters are like
Great place.
spamming trade posts, like their life depends on it.
But that's all right.
I mean, if you get rid of everyone else on the board, then you're the only one scoring points per turn
Well-
by crafting.
But what I mean is, it's that sort of strategy kind of depends upon something like cats being in the game, where there's lightly defended cardboard, maybe Wooden Alliance in the game, you can go hostile with them. So
Where am I, mouse?
things where you can get strong infamy farming.
So it looks like we are aiding the Eerie.
I'd love if you didn't punch me next turn.
I feel nearly incapable of doing so.
Nearly.
I thought so. That's all right. I'll just scoot the booch back down to this fox clearing.
Wait, you didn't. Wait, you're not dating me?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I was gonna say, I actually
How I want to divert my game here, if I just want to start kicking it off or not.
do like getting that aid in before Eerie try to force us hostile.
I agree.
Now I'm gonna hit you.
You know what? Nah, let's kick it off. I'll go back. I will unspend the boot and I'll move back here. I will expend that boot instead to aid you a card.
And then it sounds like we're gonna go violent.
Yes. That's also what I heard.
And then I will spend a sword to battle you.
Spend a sword.
No ambush.
All right. Before I do that, I am going to take my 1 point for aiding, and then I will stab.
Stabby, stabby, stab. That's enough stabbing.
Beautiful. Perfect roll.
It is. We get 1 point.
Go
And now
hostile.
we just want 0 ones against the Eerie.
First one makes you hostile. Second one gets you a point.
Will...
Do it again.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Why not?
No.
We did get a point though for that first battle. Actually,
We did or did not?
did not.
You sure?
Mhm.
2-1. Good roll.
See, look, there's no point after the first battle.
You're right.
Crossbow.
So we should be plus
I will
3 points from the 2 battles.
infamy and a point for the building.
So we should be at 3 points right now.
And
Certainly scary.
I think that'll end my turn. I will
Missing that 1 point sucks.
five. And
Low key, every point matters when you're going for an aggressive Harrier game.
Agreed.
But yeah, we might have a Vagabond problem.
Start of my bird song.
What makes you say that?
I will buy from the Otters, I think.
Ooh.
The bad thing about having a Vagabond problem is it means the table typically tries to force the Otters to be the ones to deal with it, and Otters would rather deal with basically any other problem faction, because at least they can get some sort of points out of it. Whereas Vagabond is absolutely 0 points. General Jack, you do if you remove more than one piece, because the very first piece you remove in the first battle turns you hostile, and then any additional pieces you remove are valid for infamy. Under Despot Infamy, that means you just get the one. Under normal infamy, you get one for each additional piece beyond the first warrior. A lot of people miss that because it is frankly kind of contrary to how most things in Root work. But the rulebook does explicitly say that it interrupts the removal for turning hostile.
How honest of an answer do you want?
Apparently, I'm very stressed because my watch just told me to calm down.
I'm kind of just gonna say, the longer you go without taking any of my cards, the longer you have swap meet, basically.
Monte Cristo, I don't think the Rurfo can outrace the Vagabond.
I mean, I won't lie. I am inherently scared of moles.
Inherent bias, good.
As are all sane people.
I'm not, because I have never played with them, but I understand why.
No, I thought we were talking about moles in real life.
I am inherently scared of moles in real life.
I mean, how many pounds does a mole in real life weigh? They can get pretty big, right?
They can. They're terrifying.
Like anything over a certain weight class, I'm afraid of as a human being. And I think badgers or moles are in that weight class.
Moles are 100% in that weight class for me.
Well,
But I'm scared of anything that can be over,
give me points.
like, 10 pounds.
And points.
Well, I thought there were bigger ones as well. I thought there was a range of sizes.
What if I swap meet you and give you exactly the card that you need?
Oh, that's true.
Well, that's dangerous.
Well,
Just look up this star nose mole and tell me it's not fucking terrifying.
That was the specific one I was remembering. I thought that one was pretty big.
That one scares me. And I'm pretty confident the hand we found in the garden was a mole hand.
I can take
Oh, I forgot about that.
I will reveal this card
I thought there were bigger moles.
to build.
We got a coins in hand, by the way.
We bought it, yes.
Citadel.
Ah, yeah, that's what we bought. Oh,
And then
even the star nose moles are tiny. Well, there you go.
There we go.
You have one less thing to be afraid of.
I
The
will
fuck did we find in our garden then?
I don't know.
Probably was a badger.
I don't know. Biggest mole in the world is 20 centimeters long.
move
That is quite small.
I didn't know we had classified and measured every mole in the world.
12 and into 11.
We had counted every ant.
And then I take the action of the
Ooh, it's a citadel.
Yeah. And this is
and reveal a card.
probably defended enough that we are not going to get it removed.
Enough to match.
Also, with Vagabond being as scary as it is.
Yeah.
Alright, that's good. I will reveal this card to build another citadel in an 11.
Okay.
Yes, Tad. This is true. I did think that, like, there was a species of mole that was, like, the size of a small dog.
So I want to
Sure.
Like a small dog.
By me.
Alright, thank
I guess I'm just thinking about badgers.
I revealed
Badgers are terrifying.
this one
No argument there.
for 4 mole, and then I will sway the minister.
Naked mole rats are kind of terrifying, despite the Kim Possible propaganda. Naked mole
What is a
rats.
capybara?
It's a capybara.
But, like, what classification is it?
Sway the
Capybara.
marshal
It's just a rodent, I think.
Hey, table space.
for 1 point.
Okay. Confirmed. Okay, we're going to the marshal. Keeping a card in hand. Yeah, I'm wondering if we think we have to do the squires first.
It's a very common, very common mistake. If so,
Luckily, we've revealed our hands, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. I don't really know me.
Capybaras are really cute.
And then I return these to my
They
hand.
just look like giant guinea pigs to me.
Now I can craft. And I will craft the tea. No, sorry, what's it called? The coins.
Coins.
I was gonna say.
It's like, that's a heck of a feat with no mice.
Take them. And then I draw one card.
Please don't drink those cards. But what if we ambush with them, Gooey Kablooey?
She has a point.
And I pass my turn.
All right. Okay. Protectionism, none. Dividends, none. Contrary to popular belief. Gather fund. Let's go ahead and do that.
Well, we have a
I imagine top priority right now is probably a little crusade against the Harrier.
Yes.
we've got a good little bank going on.
Do not have bird cards in my hand, and I feel like putting a mouse battle would be a horrible idea with the current board state. So, I don't think I'll be able to battle them on my turn.
What did I say? I said Otters are going to be forced to police the Vagabond, and here we are.
Well, I already have 4 birds in the fund, so I
definitely don't
as much
do
as I
that.
would like to, yeah, you know,
Just
I
sits on people.
might try to bait the, you know, they're probably going to go for one of my bird clearings next turn, so maybe I'll try to bait them into that so that I can battle them easier, or move to Fox, or if someone wants to hit them now to get the ball rolling, like, they're pretty far ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that T was pretty nasty. 2 T's in the discard. Still had it. Well, 1 T in the discard, 1 in the decree. Still had the 3rd one. Okay.
So,
Well, I'm going to start off by using a mole fund to commit to draw a card.
okay. Really?
We've got enough funds that it's.
Yeah, we do have
I'm
enough
going to use
funds.
an otter fund to draw a second card.
So those are the odd funds.
Keep coming out.
Coins keep
Coins-
coming. It's already crafted though, so
Coins, just like apparently the riverfolk are a magnet for coins.
Hammers.
They've been like, what is the sieve thing that you do in the river?
Hammer.
They've been
more like it.
Sifting for gold.
yeah, they've been sifting for gold. They found it several times.
Okay.
Now they should just trade it in for
So
real
make
gold.
a decision here.
Birds bought the tea to keep it away from the Vagabond.
An alligator is just a dinosaur in opinion you press.
That is a true John Oliver quote. I have most of him memorized, which is depressing to say out loud.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Draw one more time with a bird. Okay, not what I wanted. All right. I'm going to spend 2 funds to place a trade post.
Putting the fun in funds.
And
Pretty solidly not going for dividends at this rate, which, there's more pressing matters now.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to craft with mole fund.
Yep, getting those coins.
Yep. But which one?
Protection rack.
Okay.
What's my opinion on going Swole Mole out of the gate? This is the winner's bracket, Goy Kabui.
Move
Let's make it W.
I see.
to here. Putting 1 bird fund. And I'm going to move
I guess we didn't want to go through the moles.
to here.
I think this was the type of matchup where you could have gone Swole out of the gate and it could have been okay, but it probably required setting up slightly differently.
All right.
And
I know
certainly
you bought that bird ambush. Would you like to ambush me?
either defending the clearing more or building in a different clearing or both.
All right.
All right, there's the ambush that Harrier purchased turn 1
Mm-hmm.
for free.
Yeah, still 2.
All right.
That puts me hostile, but I'm not going to score any points because it's not my turn, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it does put you hostile. But yes, you would not score points. It's not your turn.
All correct.
All right.
Come on, man.
Battling.
Actually, surprise, we're going back to first printing Vagabond.
No! Well, that's a good,
That's a great roll.
And for that battle. Yep. Which I did not do.
Committing funds after the actions?
How do we damage the car? Oh, right, we battled the Eerie.
Let's see here. I am going to go ahead and...
We had 3 battles coming into this, so that I did keep track of, actually.
I'm going to go ahead and battle again.
For good measure.
Like to ambush.
I decline.
Two one.
Not bad.
2-1.
Not bad.
Now, do we potentially wipe ourselves out if they don't take the swords out? I would. Because it's fun.
All right. And I'm going to commit... Let's see. That was my second otter. Sorry, I need to do this in advance more. Used to doing plain digital where it just does it for you. Click the button. Forces you to choose.
Don't be that guy who got disqualified from a Magic tournament 20 years ago for spending mana after playing his cards. They changed the rules so you could do that after that tournament.
Huh.
It was a historic thing.
I'm going to go ahead.
So do be that guy to make history, is what I just heard.
Fair.
Draw.
Like, yeah, you're disqualified from the one tournament, but you made history and changed the game.
Okay. Now we come to Charm Offensive. Do we use it? I'll give 1 point to the area and use Charm Offensive.
Thank you.
Makes up for the roost they lost.
Kind of.
Oh, amazing card.
At least for one turn.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, man. Informants. So good. Okay. Makes sense.
Discarding the excess coins card and the informants that we just drew.
Gonna go ahead, set prices to 2. Nothing like insane in this hand at the moment.
We only kept it at 3 because we wanted to craft 1 coins. At least. Maybe keep the second one if we're
Okay.
lucky.
Yeah.
Just wondering how greedy of a play I'm trying to do right now.
But we got 2 buys at 3. That was pretty awesome for the Otters.
Otters have gotten a lot of funds. They are pretty set up to do well this game, so long as it just doesn't warp around the Harrier too much.
And even still, with the amount of funds they have, I'd rather see an Otter commit to moving and battling instead of spending.
God, infuriating.
But that's just me.
What's infuriating?
Me! I'm infuriating!
Man. Do I want to do a double build?
I am infuriating. You took my cards away.
I would maybe be
I'm sorry.
slightly concerned because it might really supercharge the Harriers. You'll have a lot of low defended roosts, and they might just be able to slip into one, kill it, glide into another, kill it, and be getting like 6 points a turn.
So that last ruin is
Yeah.
a bag.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I
feel
am
like
gonna
that's-
go
Yeah.
have some quiet
Feeding
time
them
next
points.
turn. So
Next turn, yes. But what's probably going to happen is you go into the forest, right? Despot goes double build. They build up 2 roosts. And then by the time you get out, they've got, I don't know, 5 roosts. And then it's hammer time. At that point, I mean, it's pretty much betting on you being able to outrace the
Ah!
Harrier.
Yeah,
Which-
maybe I'll refrain from that. I mean, I feel like the Harrier is going to just be targeting me all game anyways.
Well, you and me, probably. The Otters are usually a pretty good enemy of the Vagabond because they're not in too many clearings.
Okay.
Dang it, sorry,
I
that's
think
amazing.
I'm
Baller move right there.
Yep.
this turn. And I will swap meet the moles.
What did moles have in hand that we're going after?
Sorry.
Coins. No, we crafted it.
Yeah, we crafted the coins. What else was in there?
They had some good cards, but I can't quite remember.
Okay, you can have a Fox card.
Oh, thank you.
It's gonna be a while before I can use Fox cards.
So
And then
I do find it interesting that Eerie is toying with the idea of double build.
Well, we're seeing that this game is rapidly shifting into a pure racing game, and a no turmoil despot is all fine and dandy, but it's probably not winning that race without some radical action.
Yeah. What's even more fun is seeing the Otters talk Eerie out of that, so they just don't join the race. Not sure if that's what they were aiming for, but that's definitely a side product.
Yeah.
It's saying, what if you don't join the race? Vagabond's going to the forest. Riverfolk need a turn to kind of gear back up a bit, potentially. So they definitely want no one else to enter the race at this point.
No.
I want to point out, Harrier does not need to go to the forest at the moment. Slipping into 1 and battling there is a perfectly valid turn that she might have done anyway.
Here.
I absolutely agree with that. I just know I heard the Vagabond
sorry,
player
before I
say that he was going to go to the
continue with
forest.
my retinue.
It's fair.
I'll
But the Vagabond herself, she can do whatever she wants.
I just mean that players
We'll go ahead
are
and
able to lie.
boots.
I never thought of that before.
Or reevaluate.
Crafting Das Boot.
1 point. And then I will go ahead and recruit.
I was reading an interesting discussion recently about magic effect templating. When it uses,
Them here.
I think it's verbiage and pronouns referring to the player versus when it uses verbiage and pronouns referring to the identity of the card itself. And it's remarkably nuanced.
To keep it far away from the Vagabond while it's under defended.
My hair out of my face. It's driving me nuts. Oh wow, we gunned down to Fox.
And then draw 2 cards.
I'm wondering if we have a lot of Fox cards in hands and we're gearing up to actually be able to do something.
Yeah, maybe, because we really beelined for that. I'm trying to figure out why we would do that.
Well, I think it's about time for a nap. Yeah, we'll refresh. Go. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
And I'm
Oh, for sure underleveled.
into these woods here. I will pass through daylight into evening. I will repair everything.
I feel like this is the one time I would have liked to see the Vagabond go into that northern clearing just to have access to both of the Eerie stuff.
Draw 2. And finally need to discard down. Good.
Where we just dropped.
Steel.
We dropped a sword.
Satchel limit's fine, and that will.
We do technically need to refresh the sword in the.
Force turn to step away.
Not the sword, just the crossbow.
The
The sword was never damaged.
Then we should have just refreshed that as part of our birdsong refresh. And
Yeah, we
have
could have
it-
done that more optimally. But
And again, it won't. Actually, it could theoretically matter for Otters.
I think I want to buy because I don't have.
Because you can purchase and then refresh the items you exhausted for the purchase.
But we have 5 T's, so we can refresh 5.
But if we theoretically purchased
At 4.
at 4, not that it'll happen, but
Wow.
anyway, the point I'm saying is optimal would have been having everything
You've been
refreshed at this point.
When,
Well, you were putting on a good show with the swap meet. Now he's excited.
Well, you see, I don't like it when other people have it, but when I have it, it's fantastic.
That is a
And then I will
statement.
get rid of your one. Sorry. Goodbye,
Okay.
swap.
What? Oh, you're swap meeting that? Okay.
so we are saboteuring the swap meet.
Your swap me.
Commander ASN, a common misconception. It refreshes everything that was damaged. Anything that was not in the damaged box does not get refreshed as part of the evening's rest.
Right. Like you're still in
I
the
did,
headphones.
but I'm back. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, just discard that swap me.
It's a distinction that does not matter 95% of the time,
Bird song.
and it's just
And I played
convoluted for no good reason.
warriors
But every now and then it matters for like an Otter purchase or something.
out of this bag here. Aha.
Do you want to remove the swap meat from your crafted items? Boo.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I was waiting for that to fly across the screen. I hadn't seen it yet.
And then I move into my daylight. I can take up to 2 actions.
Okay, so the big thing we got to think about as moles now is how do we start catching up in the points race? Because we've been set back for a couple turns, and we've pivoted to citadels, which are not the points racing build for moles.
Well, my first reaction or thought would be to sway the Earl of Stone,
Elivaras, that
but I'm not sure if we know that that's a possibility.
Lonely.
delicious. Yeah.
That's my first course of action.
That would certainly be a good first step. We happen to be in a 3-slot clearing, so we actually could theoretically go up to 3 citadels to maximize our usage of that lord.
I mean, I don't care
Okay.
about it.
Or
You take
we could
it,
start
that's guard
putting maybe a
points.
market down and maybe spreading out into
That's
a
true.
second clearing.
I don't know if you can this turn though.
I could, but it would
Sure.
burn actions.
I guess you could, yeah.
It is unfortunate we're 2 away from that trade post because it's just easy points.
The one in 7?
Mhm.
We have a piece in 3 we can move over.
Right, I didn't see that. But I would definitely, if we don't need Marshall for sway potential, I would definitely move from 3 to 7 and just grab easy cardboard. I'd rather grab it before Despot does.
The problem is we don't have any battles with our ministers.
Oh no, you're right. I thought we did. I thought we had a captain. I was wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
My brain for some reason was like, we have a captain. This is definitely a very
It's from
battle light board.
3 to 6.
Both games today have been pretty points racy, not super
And I'm going to
like aggressive entangled games,
Interesting.
which is not a value judgment. It's just
No.
it's another side of Root.
Yeah, like I think that's why I love Root so much. Is it has the capability of being either depending on how you play.
Well, not just how you play, but also the faction mix-up. Because like even a table of people who would naturally play more aggressively, particularly if they're let's say like more ingrained in the competitive side of Root, where that sort of entanglement
let's recruit.
is the norm. There are faction matchups where that's just not what's going to happen.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Take the actions of the swayed ministers. With the marshal, I'm going to move from the borough into 11.
Oh my gosh.
No one's touching 11, that's for sure.
It is my
Yep.
home now.
Unless a wild Stanley appears.
This is the moment
And
you want
then-
Stanley.
Harrier goes full Mission Impossible, tears off the perfect mask, and drops a torch in clearing 11.
Really card. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright,
I want to make an animation now.
This.
I'm going to learn how to do animations
11.
just so I can make something terrifying.
Ooh.
I just want to watch Mission Impossible now.
Hood.
Those are great movies.
We should own them.
Yeah.
Ooh, we could put that on the craft registry.
The motto of this game is you don't hit me, I don't hit you. Yep, that's my 2 ministers.
Monte Cristo, I kind of love that.
Sway minister.
Triple Citadel moles does feel
All
cool.
reveal cards.
I'm hard pressed to say it's optimal, but it feels cool.
All the dominance!
Jazmorow making a mountain out of a molehill.
Wow. You got a lot of dominance parts.
I do.
Alright, we got Earl of Stone. I love to see it.
The Earl of Stone.
Okay, so we do know that we can sway at
Oh,
different
wait,
levels,
no.
which is nice.
Use a different crown, actually. I get
Yep.
3 points.
Okay, so extra 3 points a turn.
I mean, that could start being something. In all seriousness, that could work.
That is very defended.
Available now.
Because I don't know who takes down clearing 11.
Me. I do. I am the scoundrel.
And then I can craft, but I won't. And I will draw 1 card. And it's your go, Elivaras.
All right.
If you give me the birds back, I will buy a bird card and I can start battling. And I do think that we need the birds to be a little stronger to help get. Like we all need to chip at that together.
Yeah. I can absolutely give 2 of them back. I think 4 immediately would be dumping too many of my funds.
2's all I need at the moment, and I will make a purchase. And then Vagabond, like, do you want to get in on this mole, like, team effort to eradicate the moles?
I don't think I'm that big of a threat. Just putting it out there. Don't worry about it.
Cressida, should moles be worried about that false orders? Probably.
I was considering a tactful response.
There is an argument that moles should have
Listening, but
purchased that false orders just to get rid of
I
it.
think I can have a turn to myself.
Granted, there's 2 of them, so it's not. It doesn't guaranteed solve your problem, but it's a consideration.
Yeah, I mean, if Treefense isn't going to attack me, wasting your turn attacking me is just kind of putting yourself behind, so I think you should just race instead.
I think that's good table talk there from Jazmorow, pointing out.
Who says, I think you should race, is the person who thinks they can win the race.
Also good table talk from Elivaras.
Maybe you think you can.
I wouldn't hedge my bets.
I can take that.
I can drop a bunch of trade posts and then lose all my funds and, like, swing out. But I still need a good amount of points that aren't from trade posts.
The one thing in Mole's favor in regards to false orders is it's not crafted yet, which means it'd be waiting a full round for it to be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So Vagabond's going to want to do whatever.
Ask me again in 1 round, then we can talk.
Fuck.
Do I need to mute us?
Okay.
No.
Ooh, okay. Gather funds.
Okay, there's nothing there anymore. Really like popcorn.
That's fine. It's just you were clanging a metal bowl right next to the mic. So.
Okay. And get a wooden spoon and really go at it.
What can we actually do? Yeah, it's going to take a while to get through to the moles. I do have false orders, however.
All right. Elivaras pointing out that they have false orders.
I will be able to with my bird funds. Place the birds down in that fox.
It would be a turn delay though.
That's a good first step, and he did just use his sabos,
Which is what I was waiting for. Okay, but before, and then the question is, what do I do with the rest of my turn? Because, like, I can't false orders immediately. Just walking into the Duchy clearing and suiciding, not going to be ideal yet because of how expensive my recruit is.
Especially with the Vagabond, like, basically saying they're not going to hit the moles this turn. I think that we all need to shore up our armies to then go at it in 2 turns. And I think that it's not like they're going to win in 2 turns. Yeah, like, yeah. I will shore up my defenses. I won't do battling yet.
I want to make a big point here. Otters are going to be by far
kind of ready for it,
giving the biggest investment to this bunker busting and getting by far the least return out of it.
So
this is a bad spot for Elivaras right now,
and a lot of Despot infamy points.
So it's not like we want the Vagabond necessarily to be the one to score the final blow.
It's dangerous because it's like, the only person that wants to go in and hit them is the one who thinks they're going to get the final blow. But then that kind of thinking leads to no one doing anything, which is tough. So it's like, I don't know. We'll have to see how many points the Vagabond is at next turn.
Nev, the Otters got ambushed,
Getting ready for a big turn.
and then they got one deleted in the battles.
I mean, they didn't really get deleted. They never committed that much to the board.
I'm not going to deal with the moles on my next turn. I'm going to do something to aid myself after having a turn out of the game, and then I'm racing against 3 points a turn. So, I'd like to slow that down if I can.
If there weren't the dual
Points a turn isn't
existential threats of Harrier and moles at the moment, I'd say Otters are doing fine.
Right.
But
At
6
least
points.
the game just went nuclear, and Otters are not armed.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna commit 1 mole fund to draw. That is exactly what I wanted to see.
That's a good card.
It's a good card.
Spices things up a little bit.
That's it's an expensive craft for Otters, but it can really open up their game in the long run because it's a recruit that doesn't require spending a fund. It requires committing a fund
Start real quick.
effectively.
So here's the real question.
What is in here?
Before we were going to craft false orders, now with Prop Bureau, do we only craft Prop Bureau and not false orders, or do we craft both
I'm gonna
and give up the 4 funds?
Otter fund to draw.
Yeah, a lot of funds to give up. But if we don't crack that false orders ASAP, like we're not
Bunny ambush. Okay.
busting that bunker.
It's true.
that could be useful for storming the
That
there, but
could
we really
indeed
can't
be
let
useful.
the moles get that.
I have a
true.
problem.
It's true.
You're well aware of it.
Hmm.
You know I have an eating problem.
You want a fidget toy or something?
No.
Let's see here. What am I doing next?
The one fidget toy I want is very loud and annoying.
Gotcha.
It's called the Rubik's Cube.
Well, like I said, I'm going to give the birds away.
I don't think you have your hammer close by.
Over there
Get the
somewhere.
birds away, like you're gonna.
Back
not-
to you.
Not in
Oh,
arm's
oh,
reach.
birds, some warriors. I thought you meant your bird cards. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, flash sale, one price of 1. I'm going to drop an otter there. I'm going to score 2 points.
This is most likely to enable the false orders craft,
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Or the propaganda bureaucrat.
Yeah, that's. I don't see you crafting both of them this turn, but
That's
you
fair.
you really need to craft both of them ASAP to get your value out of them.
Yeah.
Fox TP at the moment and a bunny TP would really be thrifting my end turn. I would like to get them back soon, but I might need them to storm the mole keep.
I might need these to hurt you.
That hurts to say.
So, if you're moles and you're hearing all this talk,
right?
you just get your 3 points and move all your worries out of
Because
there.
propaganda bureau is such a high value,
It's
but I think we might need false orders more.
something you need to start thinking about for sure because
More likely to buy false orders out from under you than prop bureau.
That's true. Prop bureau is really nice, but yeah, false orders might be. I think it would be for the benefit of the table. We'll craft false orders
Are there any boots left?
with.
No, that's boot.
yeah, so a big part of successful mole games at competitive level is
Knowing when to pull out.
knowing when to protect your warriors, and because your warriors are what enable every part of your game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Your buildings are your scoring engine, but in many cases, but if you lose your warriors and your buildings, you're dead in the water. If you lose your buildings but not your warriors,
Right now.
you can get back on the map and start doing things. You can chase cardboard. You can rebuild. You can get back in the game.
Mole ball you decided to spike.
But at the same time, you don't want to make the buildings so easy
Populating the mole ball.
that the table is guaranteed to go after them if they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You have to really ride that line between
Yes, the otter balls.
making your buildings
It's there.
painful to go after and making them
I have moles.
making it so you lose too much when they get taken.
Yeah. I mean, thought about it, although I am slightly concerned that you're just going to come out and beat the hell out of me.
No, I am headed south towards the score track.
He's gonna beat the hell out of the score track. That's a new technique I haven't seen before.
Bay in the Bay, I want to point out 2 price of failures is likely, but not guaranteed. It is possible to single price of failure in that clearing.
And that's why I'm wondering, do you run out just to have that potential undefended? Then you don't need a 3. You'd only need a 2 plus the undefended.
Yeah, that's one of the other reasons why it can be so potent to retreat and leave your buildings undefended, because it statistically makes the single price of failure more likely by giving you direct control over how many pieces are in that clearing.
Trade post.
We are trade posting.
And score 2 points.
Whoa, Otters are winning.
Yeah, Otters are winning.
Yeah, chat, I'm not saying one is necessarily better than the other. I'm saying this is one of those...
3 funds.
Moments where it could go either way.
It's one of those pivotal decisions, and it's one of the most skill-challenging aspects of playing moles well. So it's it's just a big moment that hopefully Jazmorow is really thinking about.
Okay.
Because it could be the difference between moles winning or losing in this game.
And let's see.
Because I have seen times where, like, it's a board state like this, moles don't retreat their warriors, and the table is like, it's just too much. We can't do it. And moles get to live another day. I've also seen it work out the opposite, where the table's like, all right, we said we were coming for you, we're coming, and now moles have nothing. No warriors, no buildings, no action economy, and they're out of the game.
Sorry, boo humans.
I might have
a
turn on that.
I think at this point I would use the remaining 2 otter funds to kind of maybe snatch up my lone warriors. Or do you leave those to defend the trade posts?
Well, we need to use Propaganda Bureau before the turn ends, right?
We could use Propaganda Bureau, that's true.
I'm thinking of maybe...
Well, because it's a once per turn, so we need to use it every single turn.
Yes.
But which would lessen at least 1 mole. But if they can just replace the mole immediately, it's not like the highest value to prop bureau the mole.
I think it's best to prop bureau and false orders them on the same turn, and then that turn I can really do a number on it.
I vote you prop bureau a mole from 6 through your 8.
So I gave you 2 funds back.
If there's any chance that you're going to pick it up along the way, it's even better. If not, that's just a good way to
bird cards right now.
Potentially thin the mole ball if they need to move out somewhere to sway.
The 1 and 8 is easier to pick up from the 1 from 4.
You know, my units are pretty low. I'm hoping if I keep a low profile, I can maintain a certain amount of units. I have no bird cards, so I'm scared to even go on recruit right now because I like to put a suited card on recruit. So
well, you have 1 bird card because you can buy 1.
I'm probably not.
You could buy 2.
Buying, especially because I'm kind of worried about you at the moment.
Yeah, I'd like for Elivaras to be talking about how, hey, if you don't have bird cards, I have them, and we can negotiate that.
My lack of
well, so what's really interesting is at the start of this turn,
the points that aren't coming from trade posts, because I still need 12 of those. Well, I still need like a good 7.
Yes, at the start of this turn, Boo Human had said, if you spend 2 of my warriors, I will buy from
where
you.
that's coming from.
Now that is no longer the case.
Right.
And the points came from them spending the warriors.
Which, that happens so often. People are like, spend my funds, give them back to me. And then you do, and they're like, oh no, you got points for spending my funds? I can't do it anymore. The situation's changed.
Would you keep it at 2?
I would keep it at 2.
Did you answer that?
And if I was to buy a card from you...
I just saw Ian's message.
Yeah.
It's from an hour and a half ago. It's already pointless.
Would you give them back?
Let's see. Where are my trade posts at? Because I have 4 trade posts down. Let's see.
I really hope we prop bureau before the end of the turn.
I don't know how much I want to place a trade post next turn.
I'm fairly certain we have not done it yet.
Probably going to need to do some
Samesies.
swinging, I imagine. Maybe.
And we can replenish the card pretty easily.
Even then, we've got a couple cards we don't need. Like, we don't need that Woodland Runners if Eerie are already talking about not buying.
And there's no more boots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really do anything for us.
Okay, before I make any further decisions, let me figure out what I'm doing with these last 2 funds.
WB? Winner's
We'll
bracket.
Go ahead and
Sorry, it took me a second.
No, Warner Brothers. Root is owned by Warner Brothers now. Expect the DC crossover expansion soon.
Yes. Is this where one faction is just like all of the time travelers of that one hero?
With Legion of Superheroes.
one fun
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
to move this otter to there.
Our turn's not done, Switchfang. We still could do it.
And
You know, on the one hand, DC animation is historically amazing. On the other hand, Warner Brothers has been gutting their animation division. So,
No, they made it. They just left it on the shelf and we'll never see it.
also that.
They finished making it. It's there, but we just will never see it. But they promise us it's there.
Last chance to Prop Bureau. We are running out of time.
what I'm going to do before we go into evening is I'm going to spend
Yes.
Bird card with Propaganda Bureau.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Do you want to take one of them?
I would never place someone in 11, but I understand the thought process.
Yeah, we're just starting to whittle it down.
Whittle it down, have more otters to fight with.
Okay.
I gets it.
So now we enter evening. Do I want to Charm Offensive?
I want that card in its proper place.
We might be past the point of Charm Offensiving, I think.
That's also fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if this game state supports further charm offensiving,
I don't.
which is a shame. We got 2 uses out of it, which is not
What
awful.
would you be interested in buying? The bird card, I imagine?
Pat, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I want to also just lock the second crossbow into my decree to keep the
Love Shard. Keep watching and find out.
crossbows.
Okay.
I like using my like TV voice sometimes.
I'm just thinking about DC now.
It's fair. We need to finish watching Young
Let's
Justice.
see.
We do.
That's all I can
Because I
think
could
about.
potentially
I'm-
craft a sword soon.
I've been
but
really
it's
enjoying
very
season
dangerous
4.
this early.
Like, really enjoying it. After being kind of iffy on season 3, I am really enjoying season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even more than seasons 1 and 2.
Well, I've only ever seen season 4, so
For everyone's sake, that I do have the hammer and I will be locking it up.
Okay.
Okay?
in the decree, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Eerie's saying they're going to lock up the hammer in the decree.
The Vagabond crafting swords.
That is convenient.
I think I am probably going to go ahead and price at 3. I don't think there's a huge advantage of putting putting a trade post immediately with your funds down, and I don't want to just lie to you and keep them. So
Right, but I don't think I'm going to buy at 3.
I know. You probably wouldn't buy
Okay.
at 3.
It
Okay.
didn't sound like you were gonna buy it too
I'm
either.
not
Yeah.
Discard down to 5. Already at 5. Gonna go ahead and end my turn.
But we do have a couple items we maybe want to hold on to. So even if we don't,
Kick this into high gear if I want to keep it going.
we maybe still want to protect them.
To go ahead and put the cards in.
Favorite DC character, Superman's a good answer. I'm a big Superman fan.
You're a big Superman fan.
Best Robin, I am a Jason Todd fan.
God damn it.
And I am basic because I love Harley Quinn. But like the one who's actually insane.
So I'm going to.
So we have a recruited double build. So we are turmoilable, except for the fact that we have no roosts in
Why?
any of the mice.
Yeah, no, so like we...
Sorry, before I go, I'm going to craft coffin
Before I go.
makers.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, we chose
Okay, so I recruited twice.
the suit that we had no roosts in, so...
Bunny me out of anything.
We're not getting turmoiled on mouse build anytime soon.
Nope.
And out of Fox.
I don't think we've seen Master Engravers Monte Cristo.
And then
I also do not think we've seen
Will
Master Engravers.
build twice.
12 and 6. Little Lady defended.
Score.
I really think that Harrier's coming after
4
Eerie,
points.
going towards the score track.
Yeah, I mean 12-4 is such a juicy turn
And
for Harrier.
It's
And my turn.
That's like a 5-point turn right there, or no? Actually, is that a 6-point? No, 5-point because we have 2 swords and a crossbow.
Plan.
Yeah, that is a little scary for sure.
Yeah, that drastically changed your plan indeed, Treefense.
Points.
Yep.
I wonder if maybe we were going for the
Okay. I will.
trade
refresh
post
only 2 things from
before.
as I wake up from my delightful nap.
I mean,
I-
that's only
And as Nev pointed out, it is in fact
one
turn
more point
5.
than I would have got if I didn't do double build.
Hi, cat.
Hi, Cat.
Oh, I just mean on subsequent turns.
Mm.
The implication of 4 or 5 points a turn plus cardboard is pretty scary, considering you get double points from cardboard.
Yeah, but I'm so spread thin. I'm not going to get any cardboard, and I have no battle. I still didn't draw any bird cards.
Mm. The fact stands that you're getting a higher passive point per turn than me.
Related to that, I will slip to 9.
Oh,
I will spend my hammer
craft a
to
tea.
craft
Another bag.
the remaining bag.
Bag.
We do only have 2 boots, so we're only going to 1 hostile clearing now.
I will spend
Oh, we have a torch.
torch to flutter my way down to clearing 4.
You know, for a brief moment, I forgot who we were. It was a blissful moment.
Shoot 'em
But
out.
we're fluttering. We're fluttering.
First battle, I will battle the Otters.
Makes sense.
No ambush.
Go ahead. I'm just going to take it off.
Okay, this is
Decent birds.
technically
I gain
less optimal points, but it is
just because.
it is safer.
Here we go. I gain 2 points.
We could have gotten 5 points doing the roost battle cross.
We're hostile with both of these.
Like him.
Right, I was saying we could get 5 points by doing Eerie battle, crossbow the trade post, move up here, Eerie battle.
Ah, I see. Yes,
we go.
you're right.
But this is getting 4 points safely, which is great. You know, you can't argue against that.
No.
Like no real battle is required there.
Right, all of those should go to coffins.
Ooh,
Should all go to coffins.
My one bird.
There's
I think
just
it's
one bird.
it was. Is it? Yeah, just.
One bird.
Wait, can we load a coffin? Okay, excellent.
Yes, there it is. Let's go. Yeah, it was just the one bird. Otherwise, I
I
was.
gotta set up a coffin cam.
Coffin
I
can.
haven't done this in a while.
Ah!
Not many coffin makers crafts lately.
No, we haven't seen any round. This thing's the first coffin craft of round 2.
Ooh. What is it that I want to do here? Yeah, it's that. I'll use a boot to swoop my way down to clearing 8.
What are we doing here?
Hey,
Just staying out of the way?
Are we hating the moles?
buddy.
Hey,
Did moles have an item? Oh, they have a coins.
I would love some cards.
Wow.
I'm just thinking about it. It's 2 items.
We are going to be gambling at the end of the round, though. Now.
We are, yeah. We have the items. We could exhaust our coins to aid for the coins, and then exhaust the boot to aid again and get up to level 2.
We could.
Hey, listen, I aided you.
Or we could do the boot first and then coins.
So
Yeah.
I'm giving myself 1 turn, and then I'm happy to help. So this is my 1 turn.
She really likes
It's
you.
also helping the table solve the problem of coffin makers. Yeah, sure.
Giving us saboteurs.
Exhaust my final boot and a bag, which I will still be under bag limit.
Why are you damaging the bag?
Yeah, don't damage that.
Now, Jazmorow, one of those cards.
The bag doesn't
has an
damage.
Explicit purpose. I'm going to take the coins also, but one of those cards has a very explicit purpose.
All right.
You'll know in a moment.
Hopefully I'll be able to.
It's for Sabbath.
Grass is such a strong word.
Advance up the next relationship. Score myself 2 points.
It's for swaying.
It's for swaying. For whatever you want it to be. It's your card now,
Yeah,
not my
this-
problem.
Best use of sabers ever.
And I believe that will put me through to evening. I will draw 3 cards back up to 5. Going. And I am exactly at satchel limit, and that will end my turn.
Really solid turn, I want to say.
Except for damaging the bag.
Except for damaging the bag.
I think we're a little worried. We might be on a 2-turn clock for the Vagabond on a good day.
Now I'm on sides now. I'm all about smashing the moles now. I just needed to get that off my chest. I had something to say and I said it, and now it's time to stab.
Vagabond is a big worry.
2 turns does feel a little optimistic, but
Start things off by
not impossible.
placing the warriors. You know, if you gave them back, Elivaras, that would be nice. That's all I have to say about that.
It's true.
Treefense saying in chat, stepping away, nervously drinking beer is tough on the bladder.
I
Well, let's
understand the nervous drinking.
I could potentially, if you're open to the idea of smacking the Vagabond, I am very open to the idea of giving the funds back next turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Basically, my
Interesting.
thought is, I'm at the bottom of the point ladder, and I am not climbing at the highest, especially compared to Eerie and Vagabond. So I want to propose. I hit the Vagabond.
We have a proposal on stream?
About hitting me.
What an historic moment for the tournament!
So I'm getting like 3, maybe 6 points a turn.
Maybe 6 points. That was smooth. I'll give you that. He said that very
Well, to
casually.
be fair, 6 points a turn. If he's hitting VB, 6 points a turn is a Lord sway. But you can only sway so many Lords.
Exactly.
So, like, I think
doing
moles,
that 3 turns in a row still wouldn't do it for me.
I think moles are a threat, but VB could very well be on a 2-turn clock. They luck into a T on the reshuffle.
I agree that the Vagabond is number 1 threat.
So if you want to put moles in like a fox, well, you already have moles in a fox clearing. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I can give back your moles if you want to hit the Vagabond.
It's an interesting proposition.
That's what we like to hear. Okay,
Somebody can officiate.
I will.
I think the Harrier's officiating.
First off,
And here I was just trying to make friends.
Well, unfortunately, the only way to make friends is by sandbagging.
Something about crabs in a great bucket of life.
I dig to 8.
So on the one hand,
These moles.
I don't love moles taking on the obligation of hitting Harrier, given that there's 2 other players after you in turn order that you can kick the can down to. Moles
Who
are
want to hit you?
Battle.
who want to hit you.
Ambush.
Yeah, so like you taking the time to police Harrier frees up the table to police you.
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm battling you.
Additionally, we can maybe say moles are in the worst state. If that might actually go to Otters, depending upon how much you value the projected potential of either faction. But I mean, we can say that moles are not
That's
winning.
battles I can
So on some level, they are.
Damage.
Yeah, so this is the other thing is moles can only do 1 battle against the Harrier.
Swayed.
Anyway, so we're not going to be doing that much damage.
Yeah, but and there's a but because this is all building up to a whole thing.
Points.
Harrier being relationship level 2 is an existential threat for the sanctity of our buildings.
Also true.
So we do need to go hostile with Harrier if
And
we can.
didn't do that.
And we didn't do that.
That is actually very rough now that I think about it in
Yeah.
those terms.
If Harrier is committed, she could go ally. Harrier could go allied. It's hard when the
Character's
character.
female.
It's hard when the character has a defined gender role and the
The
yeah.
player has a different one. yes.
Yeah. Harrier could go allied and move all those warriors out of 11.
Mm-hmm. Well, Otter's already moving half of them out.
Yeah.
Little guy. From 11 to 12.
So we have 10 warriors in 11. So we are basically just dwindling that down to 5.
With the 4.
Look at those eyelashes.
But I need all the cards I have right now.
In this case, do you just send the warriors back to the burrow?
And then I can move to swaying. I will sway the...
Did we get the 3? I don't think we got... Did we get our 3 points for...
We were lower on the score track before, so we must have.
Yes, we did.
Duchess
Okay.
of
Yeah.
Mud.
Ooh, going for a Duchess.
I like the Lord Sway.
And score 3 points. And then I return all of these to my hand.
I'm pretty torn between abandoning 11 or not.
And I will craft.
I definitely wouldn't have sent 4 warriors into 8.
This saboteurs.
I'm not quite sure what that's getting us.
We are crafting the saboteurs at the request of the Vagabond.
Of course. It's all for the greater good.
I would...
And then I draw 1.
And keep it around.
And I have to just...
Rapier is also terrifying.
I would probably retreat the warriors here, but it's like a 60-40 for me. There is a chance that the table chickens out and doesn't come after you this round.
Given Otter's tendency, how the Otters went after the Vagabond before with 5, I think they're gonna do it again.
All right.
Probably. It's just... The table does have to...
The rough spot in the Otters right now.
The table does have to be concerned about opening up those buildings for Harrier.
Otters.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What is our thoughts on the Vagabond or the Moles? Because I do think that they are the two.
Yeah, they really are. Like, I was thinking of hitting you, but I think you're farther behind.
I
me
am
and you
farther
are
behind. I'm really stretched thin. It's up to us to just slow the other two down. So, Moles, you can sabo my coffin makers, but I will craft a false orders, and it would really suck if both me and the Otters used our false orders in sequence on you. So maybe you want to sabo the false orders instead.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I might be able to do something about the Moles if you can do something about the Vagabond. Because getting down to the Vagabond...
Do something about the Moles on your turn? What can you do?
False orders, prop bureau, go to town. I have the bunny ambush.
We have a lot of funds.
And
So anyway, I started blasting.
get some recruits in. Yeah, maybe that's...
Pew, 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 pew.
I can probably hit the Vagabond. I can hit the Vagabond once, maybe twice if I buy a card from you.
I can probably keep my prices at 2 so that it's not unreasonable to buy a card.
Will you give me back will you give me back those birds?
Yes. I don't know if I can give them back on this turn because I'm going to need all the funds I can get to go to town, as I have no idea how many battles this is going to take.
Right. Well, how many were you planning on recruiting at all before you did the battles?
I was planning on moving my otter, kind of collecting my force of otters together and then battling. So I'm going to need a bunch of funds to move and then a bunch to battle. I don't know how many I'm going to need to battle.
If you keep your prices at 2, I will look at what's going on afterwards, and I might still buy a card even if you don't give me back my birds.
Okay.
So, what I like about this is that we policed the Harrier earlier. We're not doing it again, and we're going after the battles that gets us points.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We did it once, now it's somebody else's turn.
I think we were going to go ahead.
And I do appreciate that.
Let's see.
We are false ordering. Switching, I want to point out, while this is all true, we were unable to pick God of War and not Turmoil.
Orders too. We kind of
Like we could not safely pick Eerie and then not turmoil turn 1 as God of War.
Everyone could have set up too far away.
Yeah.
I was thinking 3. Yeah, you want to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do you have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Interesting.
7, 8, 9, 10, I think.
So we're moving from 11 to 3.
I'd rather go to 12 if you would consider that an option.
What are you going to do in 12?
Just eat a roost.
Nom.
Eat a roost.
I mean, we're trying to deny the moles points, right? That's
You could send him to the burrow if you want.
I think I would send them to the
The
burrow.
buildings die. We're not that
But
worried.
then we can't touch them again. But I don't know if
For
we're...
a little
Once
bit.
11's gone, it's gone.
you know,
But
I'm fine with
eating a
you.
roost would slow down the Eerie just a tiny bit.
I'm fine with you eating the roost. I do need roost to get 8 anyways.
Yeah. Why don't you? I'll full sort you into 12. I'll accept that proposition.
That's pleasant. I will say the one thing I don't mind about leaving all of the moles here is knowing that half of them are technically
Okay.
safe.
Yeah.
Full sorters is gone.
And the fact that we got to talk the table into doing where we wanted to go made it a little bit better.
Okay, gonna go ahead and gather funds. Why are my cards glitching?
I don't know. I saw that too.
That's so weird. All right, anyway.
I do remember you said that if I hit the Vagabond, you would give those little moles back.
Oh, that's a good point.
But you could always use the moles to make Otters to hit the moles.
There isn't a trade post in 11, so we could get an extra warrior there if we wanted to be an honest otter, or we could be lying through our teeth.
And
That was such a weird rule switch, Bang.
That was such a weird
3, 4,
rule.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
That's why you'd want to ever false orders into the
See how many
burrow.
funds I
If
get
that,
left
if
over,
that
'cause I
still
might still be able to
existed.
drop a trade post on the moles to just give them back to you.
You could just delete moles that way
Okay, let's see.
in a situation like this.
Mm-hmm. Makes false orders all the
I'm
stronger.
gonna go ahead and commit 1 fund.
I think it was 7
Move
plus.
an otter
I don't remember the exact number, but
5 to 10,
I'm fairly certain it was higher than 4.
and then commit another otter.
But it's after your
Otters from-
birdsong recruit, as I recall. So you didn't have an opportunity to do anything about it if it was the case of like false ordering your warriors back in.
Okay. I'm going to
It
go
clearly
ahead
should have been
and
6
propaganda
because then you have to
bureau
roll a
to
d6 and just kill however many.
discard, swap
Let's
meat.
bring more
Oh, my
dice in.
false orders did not go in properly. Discard swap meat on one of the moles if you want to remove one of them.
Prop bureau.
This is not looking fantastic for 11. I will
All
say.
right, I'm gonna go ahead and commit a fund to battle. Would you like to ambush?
We're not doing the trade post in 11 before the battle.
All right. I will counter. And go.
Ambush foiled.
You knew the counter ambush was coming, but you could just want to get rid of it.
Why does that happen so often against moles?
Because
and go ahead,
moles
battle again
are magical.
using a mole. Would you like to ambush?
No.
Okay.
God.
This is why we needed all of the warriors.
All right, we have 6 more battles.
Ambush.
Nope.
The mole goes to the coffin.
Oh.
Oh, yes, sorry. That was 2 moles, correct?
No, 1.
One for Propaganda Bureau.
Oh yeah, prop bureau.
Yeah.
Prop bureau.
Oh, those coffin makers.
All right. Gonna battle again.
Don't worry, you're gonna sabo it next turn, right?
Yes, that's true.
Oh my word.
We're just slowly going
Am I
in.
gonna get a chance at the cardboard?
Okay.
Luke, it has gone up, I want to say.
Let's see.
But I don't know.
I moved twice.
Pain. Just pain.
I think I just moved twice. I battled how many times? 3 times? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
Did
right.
You,
Actually, I'm not sure.
did you recruit
No.
at all? No.
Did not recruit. All right. Gonna battle again. Using an otter.
We're not losing any otters.
Would you like to ambush?
Maybe one day.
Nope.
We'll just keep doing this, man.
I'm on 3s.
There
it
we
is.
go.
There it is.
Ooh.
Great for moles though.
Into the coffins.
Great for moles because now they can take out the tunnel
And
and
not do the price of failure.
and potentially price of failure only once.
Take that tunnel.
Nice.
Unless Otters get sneaky and move some warriors out.
I think these can stay here.
Yeah, and we'll let the Despot come and eat the ball for like how many points?
6 points.
Probably 4 or 5 points.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We need to get our point for the tunnel.
It's alright. It's alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and battle.
Get the point for the tunnel.
Again. Would you like to ambush?
Oh, can I
No, I got a
suggest
point.
something? Can I
point.
suggest something?
Yes.
If you move a bunch of Otters out of there and leave maybe one, then you're guaranteed to do only 2 hits, and we can make them suffer the price of failure twice.
It's true.
Brutal.
That is.
I really don't think I'm a threat after these are gone. I'll be honest.
Might as
Also,
well, get the job done, right?
That's a fair proposition.
I mean, look at my engine. It's left in the mud. Might as well leave me with a minister.
It is true. You have lost a lot of stuff. Let me think about what I need to do on the rest of my turn.
also fair. Do you have the actions to move?
You're planning on
You should
possibly
cut the
buying that
cat.
crossbow, right? To be able to
I'm
do some
planning on
hits?
possibly buying that crossbow, and that might be contingent on you doing the price of failure twice.
Okay.
Harry, you're
Mean.
gonna hit Vagabond, right?
I will
Mean.
hit Vagabond. Yeah, I will
Oh,
hit the
that's
Vagabond. Me
Yeah.
buying the bird card will allow me to do 2 battles. I
Alright,
just think
'cause they're
that if
scary.
because he'll still score the Duchess of Mud on his turn unless you make him suffer twice, right?
I mean, he'd have to dig twice.
2 points.
How many? No, he can't. He needs to dig twice.
Yeah, I would
So he
dig
can't
twice,
score either,
only for
really.
2 points.
Oh, I didn't see this tunnel near the coffin. I thought he just had the one. Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't like. I guess I could. Just
I
like
just
If you
don't
think
know
if you think it's unnecessary, then I'm just throwing it out there as an option. It's only
As an option, and also I'll only purchase from you if you do this.
He said potentially contingent, which means I'm committing to nothing.
From
Which I respect.
the game. Like,
What?
I just did it for the sway, really.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, am I going to be doing much else with those funds? Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm okay to do that. I think it's not necessarily like crazy good, but if moles end up making a comeback with how many warriors they got and build a ton of buildings and then win the game because of that, I'm going to feel really bad. So I will go ahead and commit a fund to do that.
All right. One nice thing is this also protects 7
Like, damn.
from an opportunistic Harrier.
That's true.
All right.
There's the 3-0. All right, go ahead, take 2.
Yeah.
Luke, yes, they did. This is also the moles player's first time playing moles for context.
They technically got a price of failure on round 1,
Yeah.
but they also didn't have a minister to lose.
Sorry. Yeah, 1 card in the minister.
I'll get rid of Duchess of Mud. Oh,
Remember, they actually get kicked off your crowns get
Oh,
kicked off the
yeah.
board.
okay.
Delete.
Deleted.
And hold on, flip these. Oh,
Vagabond is still not hostile with the moles.
Nope. Moles
Nope.
rolled a 2-0.
Oh damn!
Yep.
Depressing.
Quite depressing.
Not my fault. I hit him.
all right. Can you pick one to?
Sure. How about that one?
I don't think moles are happy about that, though.
Goodbye, Fox partisans.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't commit a fund for that battle. Remember to do that. Because I committed to move, commit to battle. I'm going to battle again. Would you like to ambush?
No. In 11 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just take a point.
And I will lose my other lord.
I think that checks out.
And just
that?
add another random card.
I was worried that
And back from this.
we may have accidentally gained an extra action as Otters, but it's... I can't remember exactly.
About that one.
Alright.
All right, well. Okay, last fund. Eerie, are you worried about rule?
Wait, one fund...
Are you maybe thinking of coming
left?
like...
Now I really feel like we gained an extra
You're
action.
not that worried.
I think I can find a way around.
Move.
Okay.
I was
Your two
probably going to
moves.
go up 194.
0, 0, 1, 0, 1,
194.
2,
Yeah, makes
3.
sense.
Battle.
Okay.
I'm at
Because we also moved out at the end.
Going to go ahead and
Does that check out?
Yeah, it checks out.
We didn't draw any cards.
Nope.
We didn't do any other movements.
Nope.
Okay.
draw an additional.
I'm proud of myself for remembering every single battle.
Soup kitchen.
Ooh, Bay in the Bay. That is spicy.
All
That
right.
got buried. That was in my opening hand. That got utterly buried.
Okay. Boo, what is your, how much are you willing to buy for? 2, 3?
2. What?
2? I gotta ask, you know.
An Otter's gotta try.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put it to. Are you gonna have to put a suited card into battle?
If I want to do 2 battles, I will have to do that.
Okay. Do you want to maybe
Buy
Buy
both of your
soup?
bird cards?
No, I wasn't gonna say both because you can't put both. I was gonna
Oh,
say
right, yeah.
soup kitchens. So if for an eventual turmoil, a crossbow doesn't go in. If a turmoil
But the
happens,
Vagabond
due
will
to-
just buy the crossbow.
Well, I would be surprised if they bought the crossbow because that would be giving me 2 more funds over what you've already bought from me. So I would be really surprised. And they don't score points off the crossbow. They only use it to expose cardboard.
Right. Well, I mean, on top of the one that they would get from the crossbow.
Slight clarification. You score for cardboard, you don't score for infamy off crossbows.
And maybe they wouldn't build it.
Bay in the Bay, that actually only gets
I mean,
12
why would
points,
you
and we
concerned
need
about the
13,
crossbow
which is why we're
back into the shuffle
arguing
if
to keep
we're
this
not concerned
crossbow.
about the Vagabond
It's true. I mean,
drafting it.
I have a feeling.
I'm slightly
I
concerned
understand.
about the
I
Vag-
understand.
I also don't think we get 5 trade posts
Crossbow.
Right.
because we have predominantly our own funds,
That's
and we'd have to
true.
move around a lot to do that.
We would have to move around a lot, so we're probably on a 2-turn
They would
clock.
be extremely unlikely to buy it because they would be
Hmm.
giving me 2 additional funds to buy it, which
Well-
is extremely unlikely.
Do you think we're even going to get to another reshuffle?
Well, we're about to get to a reshuffle because I'm not drawing any more on my turn.
Right. Well, I'm not going to turmoil on my turn, so the reshuffle
that's
will
true.
happen before I turmoil.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's up to you. Obviously,
We'll
you know
see.
I want to craft it, so goodwill, whatever. It's up to you.
It's a little late in the game for goodwill.
That's true.
That is true.
Although, with how fast some of the factions are racing, I'm starting to get pretty good, although I still need more points before I can actually possibly secure a win. Still worried about the Harrier for sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep it at 2. And I'm not using Charm Offensive. Well, I haven't done anything at evening. Do I use Charm Offensive? I think it's too late in the game for Charm Offensive. I'm going to go ahead on my turn.
Okay.
So Boo, what?
Yeah?
You want to come down and whack me? Expend your entire turn to do 1 battle against me?
I can do 2 battles against you.
regardless, you'll be expending infrastructure and stretching yourself paper thin with a little block of 6 moles sitting in clearing 12, access to your back line. And
Not really.
Otters player having just said, "Hey, I'm getting online a little bit. I feel good." Obviously, come down and hit me. I am 1 point in the lead. We are almost out of craftables, and I don't have a lot of good table presence. So, if you can stretch down here, if you
We
want,
still have over half the
everything
craftables.
exposed for a vindictive mole.
For being almost out.
So you have the most.
It's almost entirely Fox, though.
To consume.
That is true.
You don't have any quests. You don't have any quests.
No
We're out
quests.
of craftables. It's going to
No
be tough for you to
craftables.
aid.
I don't want to aid anymore. I'm trying to go hostile with everybody because that's how I finish out.
I frankly think that the better way of policing the moles is to hit the trading posts.
I mean, the moles, like,
There's validity there.
my trading posts. You can hit them all you want, but the moles.
Despot wants those trading
even
points.
have a
Those are
battle.
delicious.
They have 2 daylight actions. They're
No,
not.
sorry,
doing
I
anything.
meant the best way of slowing down the Vagabond is there's not much. I can do 1 battle. I can deal 3 hits.
You can
One
do
of the
2
hits will
battles.
be the bag. I can do 2 battles max if I waste all of my battles on the Vagabond and not score any cardboard points. And I'm painfully aware I'm in last right now.
Yeah, it's the whole.
You'll still get 4 from roosts.
And 4
Puts
from
me tied for last.
cardboard.
And it'll be a fragile tied for last because to
Well,
get
okay,
down to me, you will be stretched thin.
First
I mean,
of
it's
all, let's see.
Let's also remember coffins as points. So your minimum
Oh
5
shit!
points.
Sorry,
on the
I
turn.
took a mole by accident instead of a bird. Okay.
There's a 1-point coffin, right?
Well, the coffins is going away unless he chooses to get rid of prop Europe.
Squeezing it in there real quick. I actually feel like we could have charm offensived and given the point to moles or Eerie, depending upon our threat assessment. And I do think every action matters if we're going to win the game as Otters. So I actually think I would have liked a charm offensive there.
That is tough.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean-
Especially since we don't have a full hand.
don't give him any more.
Right, we would be getting up to 5 with that.
I can trade post with my own funds or with his funds. Like with 2, it doesn't matter at this point. Like I either get 2 of my own and I can trade post, or 2 of his and I can trade post. Like the map's empty. I can go anywhere.
Because that 1 card could be like the 1 fund. Instead of needing to be used to draw, it could be used to craft or to move or to something.
Decree, but obviously it's fragile. The moles just got whacked pretty hard, and I have a good amount of items, but what am I doing with them? He's the only one who continues to
Never even fixed that camera angle.
help. I don't think you should bother. I'm not going to buy it because I don't want to give anything. I don't want to give him anything. So
I mean,
I
you
bought
might because you give me my own funds. So there's.
Yeah, but it's still funds. I don't care about the warrior genre. I care about.
But I
fun.
will get my own funds anyways. So it's a free purchase for you. Like it literally doesn't give me anything else.
That's true. If no one else buys, it's just protection.
No one else buys. Like moles aren't going to buy for me. So it would just be a free purchase. Like
Waterman's Law.
take stuff from me.
Yeah, but the table
I feel like that is a Waterman's Law
might be
moment.
helpful.
It's a little Waterman's Law. Yeah, it's getting into that area.
Are you gonna hit me if I buy from the Otters?
Am I gonna hit you? No. If you
I mean,
specifically for that trigger, no. I'm just trying to go hostile and start swinging because
Yeah.
that's how the Harrier close.
the Harrier was gonna hit you anyway, regardless of if you bought it or not.
Still worried about.
You purchase, getting whacked. You don't purchase, you're getting whacked.
I think that's
But
rich. Given
do I
There's no winning here.
Can I hit the Harrier in between those 2 turns to extend the clock? Do I have to hit the
I
Harrier
think
this
you
turn?
can. Like 1 hit of 3, I think is enough to extend. Because like the Harrier could slip to 4, move into 12, take out the roost in 1 hit, fly, take out something else. 4 points minimum, barring any crafts, barring any aids. I know you said you didn't want to aid, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean the Harrier
you're getting
could do like
into the
2
2
quests.
I don't think there's a guarantee you get to 2, but I don't think there's a guarantee you're in 2, but I think you're getting.
It's kind of crazy. This is the same round we're supposed to gamble. It's just been so long.
Definitely
I thought it was like, oh, we should see what the gamble's like. Oh, we haven't done that
I
yet.
want to hit Harrier, and then Harrier comes and beats the crap out of me. I'm fine with that. You can police me. Everyone's got to be policed at some point. But if we all just decide, let's say,
I agree, Ted. I do
Because, like,
think
you're-
that
you know,
Eerie
minimum
should
Eerie's
eat
getting
at
5
least the
points a turn.
Eerie
Right,
eating the
you
trade
would get 5
posts in
points
10
this
and
turn.
5. I think will be good for
Um,
not only their own
Eerie can
engine, but
afford
also
to
just
battle without
removing points
Eerie is
for
one of the few
anybody
factions
else.
that can afford to battle without expending, like, without wasting their entire turn, like the cats, because you're still getting tons of points. You're setting someone else behind. So if you even wanted to split battles and play greedy and go for a trade post and then hit the Harrier once, like,
Yeah, I think if it's a race, the Harrier just wins.
But
Because
do you
it's-
think
I will say Elivaras is pretty good table talk.
Do you think even if I
Very good Otters.
going to, like,
always
get
has some good
one
table
battle
talk.
in, that's going to actively
oh
slow the
yeah,
Harrier?
no, absolutely. He's already got 2 damaged items. He's got 1 hammer, and you've got the other hammer in your decree. I think, like, that does set the Harrier back.
I mean, even if he damages, 2 coins and a bag, the 2 swords are potentially
But you can't
4
do that
points.
because he'd lose his. He'd have to start tossing items.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
So we're putting a fox and a bunny into battle.
Um,
That does signify potentially one
So just to,
one
be, just to be clear,
one
no buying, going
trade
back
post
on it.
request.
Just gonna stick with that.
No buying.
Dishonesty.
We're probably picking up the trade post in 5
Yep.
for the 2 points, and then maybe tossing a battle at
the Harrier.
Harrier.
What I like about the trade post in 5 is it doesn't leave 2 different faction pieces for the Harrier to come in and eat.
Right.
3.
Right. Something we need to start thinking about as a table is density of cardboard in any one
We
clearing.
don't have a second build.
Okay. I will.
9-4 or 9-8, I guess.
We can't in 8. There's 2
Well,
forward
not very
moles.
much, so
Yeah.
take it away.
But maybe we battle moles.
And then I will. Whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa.
Yeah. Yep.
He recognized it.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
This could be a turmoil.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
Oh no.
You gotta battle the moles.
This
Well,
you have to.
Well,
No, battle moles. You have to battle
My
moles.
only choice if
It's-
If you have to battle the moles if you don't want a turmoil. It's a requirement and you have to hope it's a
I
good
can't
roll.
rewind because I just battled the trading post.
Yep.
Yeah,
You did
so
it out
ambush.
Out of order.
Battle the
What do you-
Harrier, and then turmoil.
wow.
What if you just
That would solve 2 problems at once for you, wouldn't it?
You got to be careful with Eerie. This is not the first time we've seen this happen.
I screwed up, and maybe we'll all pay for that screw up, but I have to battle the moles.
Great for Treefense right now.
I'm really hoping. I want to keep Boo. No!
Oh! Savage! Savage ambush!
I think if I was Jazmorow, I might have argued that it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, it would have saved it.
I lose 1 mole.
Savagery!
If I was Jazmorow, I would have said, "I have an ambush. You're going to turmoil either way.
I will
Battle the Harrier."
build this and
That's what I would have done. Wow!
count how many.
Wowzas.
Only 4.
4. So I'm just going to
Yeah,
Not-
the
down to,
points are equal.
so it's all logged.
But I appreciate the logging. I want to say I do appreciate the correct subtraction and addition of points.
Whew.
We have 7 in the bag. Presida, it's not that we couldn't have fixed it. It's that we
Just in time for the reshuffle.
battled and then realized our error.
back.
And the moment we battled, we've gained information. Our actions get locked in. The rules of the tournament:
Okay.
if you engage in a battle, your actions get locked in.
Fair. You never know. When you luck into a draw, you luck into a draw.
I'll be charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic's risky, but it's got to be the play. I mean, we were just talking about this earlier today. Commander never works out. Builder doesn't work out. I'm sorry, Builder Gym fans. You have to go charismatic and just ride the knife's edge.
And with that, let's gamble.
Yeah, what a
What a turn to gamble off
Yeah,
of.
what a lead into the gamble.
That was one heck of a round.
That just changed the landscape.
Definitely need the torch.
This whole round changed the landscape. We lost the moles clearing, the Guerric turmoil, like Harrier was Harrier.
And again, this was great for Harrier because there was a chance Harrier was going to have like a lousy turn, and now Harrier is going to have a solid turn.
And this is really interesting because this is where probably Otters have to go destroy the Harrier again.
Well, so here's the thing. If Harrier can get enough points this turn, Harrier goes to the forest and probably wins coming out of the forest. So it's
that's fair.
that is currently Treefense's goal.
Well, that's a 3-turn clock because it's this
Yeah.
turn, 1 turn in the forest.
Yes.
The thing is,
Interesting.
I believe that Otters can put themselves on a 2-turn clock
Clouds above
if they do this turn right.
Lily are shouting at me about what to do, but like almost all gods, I can't hear them.
Yay! That was a great line. That was such a good line.
What a fun line.
Okay.
It's sticky.
This is a hard gamble.
It's hard to gamble. This is a sticky turn for the Harrier.
I think Harrier has a solid chance. I think Otters have a very solid chance.
Literally writing.
12, 11?
I think Moles and Eerie.
10 currently, 12 on their turn.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Moles and Eerie are less likely, but
We'll slip.
yeah.
4.
Interesting, we're going to 4.
Use my
Heading up to 9 and then maybe
the other
glide.
crossbow.
Okay.
I won't grab a crossbow because I have a crossbow.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were gonna have that. That's solid.
We did choose to
Torch it up.
we did choose to forego the free buy.
Nev, just to briefly glance at Duchy, they currently have 2 squires, and yeah.
Spend my sword to battle. Would you like to ambush?
Okay, we are battling
No.
the Eerie.
Okay. I'll battle, rolling the dice for sake of it. 2 points.
We don't have any boots, so we can't.
No, we have
move.
1 boot, so we can head into 10.
Oh,
Now I can boot.
Into 10.
Because
Correct.
there's no
Warriors.
correct.
that is correct.
A hostile cleric is one that has a single hostile piece in it.
Ooh.
Oh.
It has to be a warrior.
It has to be a warrior.
Is
That's
it a
what-
warrior?
That's my
It's a
question.
warrior.
I
Call on me.
You can one boot to it.
Call on me.
Summon Guerric,
I did
or
screw
be confident about it.
this game, so I just want to make goddamn sure.
You can use one boot.
Yeah, it's hostile warriors, so I will spend
Okay.
the boot,
He looked it up.
make my way up here, and I will crossbow that trade post.
We don't have another sword.
It was
Yeah.
not removed during battle.
That's fair.
All right, 20.
Was that a good enough turn?
I think so. 23 would have been better, but 22 is 8 points is doable coming out of the forest.
Okay.
3 cards.
Don't you think?
I think so.
Particularly when we're not currently hostile with the moles.
That's not the money.
True.
So we have a weird age strat possibility. We can go infamy, obviously. We can potentially
Uno, dos, tres.
we can potentially craft a tea if we get lucky.
I can keep
And then there's some quests we can maybe tack on. 8 feels doable.
They're all useless.
This is your final reminder. The gable will be closing soon. I'm going airline stewardess.
Yeah, please put your seat back tables in their upright position and ensure your seat belts are fastened.
I hope you had a comfortable flight.
7, 9.
Very apt for the Harrier.
That's kind of why I said it.
Really don't want
I mean, I think that was a pretty good turn.
hammer, but I'm honestly considering it.
Yeah, no, it's a solid turn.
Nev, you don't. You're here forever.
What am I at? I just won over, right?
Correct.
Now I want like a Leader Games theme park.
Did we use both swords?
It's gonna be the other
Or
back.
did we just not refresh one of them?
I think we just didn't refresh one of them.
What did we refresh all in all?
That's what I want to do.
I can't quite remember.
Ending turn.
There was a lot of talk going on and a lot of... If you were shifting your boards around, letting people do stuff for gamble.
And Treefense moved pretty quickly. I'm just wondering if we could have refreshed and done things slightly more optimally, but that was still a solid turn.
Bay in the Bay, I feel that.
Yeah.
I should do that.
After the insolent noisemaker incident, you really want to make sure somebody's hedge betting every spot.
There was a couple of games in round 2 where we've had 0 bets, and I have been dreaming for them to win. Speaking of...
Yeah, it's either Coffins or Propaganda Bureau.
Oh, we're saboteuring, okay.
So I feel like both of them pretty much stop me from winning.
I mean, I'm not even scoring any coffin points this turn, and if it ends up being one, like, big whoop.
You will score 1, because I'm going to be doing things. At least 1, but yeah, it's not insane. It's not insane.
Elivaras, who are you going
I
to be
do
fighting?
think Prop Bureau can slow you down more than coffin makers will speed me to the win.
I mean, I
Yes,
definitely
I
won't be
think-
using Prop Bureau against moles. I can guarantee that. I've hurt moles more than enough.
Oh well, that's encouraging.
Not to use coffin makers against the moles either, so...
I think that's an empty promise because there is a mole in the coffin.
Well, in the hope that Otters are not lying, I will sabo the coffin makers.
Understandable.
Okay.
All right. 2 people gambled for the Eerie Dynasty, 100 coins total for 0% of the gamble.
Thank you.
Similarly, 2 people gambled 610 coins for the Duchy, 1% of the total. We had 11 people gamble for the Riverfolk Company, 35.6k coins, 40% of the gamble. And we had 11 people gamble 53.1k coins for the Harrier, 59% of the gamble. So 11 people for each of the leading factions and 2 hedge bets for each of the trailing factions.
Although the Duchy hedge bets were slightly more confident
Yes.
than the Eerie hedge bets.
Engine
They
is
both pay out the same, but
No,
the 2 people versus 2 people. So
yeah, do you get more for betting more?
Racing Harrier.
Okay.
At this
Couldn't remember.
really.
you put more in the pool if you lose, though.
Maybe
Yeah.
All King makes the first Otter win for the for the tournament.
I'm trying my best.
You're doing well. All right.
Down with red factions. No, why is it?
Card.
Dang it, I was trying, but I screwed up my camera. We bought the soup kitchens.
Ooh,
Use those moles well. Take out
that's actually...
back my moles. All of that good stuff.
Pardon me while I fix my cameras.
And then in my daylight.
Oh yeah, no, betting more does have a better response.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, my brain is not functioning right now. It's been a long day.
And play this.
What are we playing?
Dominance?
Play bird dominance.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
All right. The 2 of you who gambled on moles, how do you feel about that? Tell me.
Tell me more!
You're
Tell me-
the only opinions I care about right now.
Tell me, Pat, how do you feel?
Beating Harry is 1 to 2 turn clock with points, so let's go crazy. 1 to 2 actions.
This feels very silly, and I'm here for it.
I will recruit 1 and then dig to 2.
And we'll put in a whole 4 moles. Or 2 moles. We're not
Yeah.
set up to do it this turn.
We're really not. As fun as this is, I don't feel like...
Minister actions.
Just
Well,
take out 2 and you're done.
I don't think we even threaten it very successfully.
No.
Oh,
I
maybe
respect it, though.
maybe I shouldn't dig and instead build. Yeah, is it alright if I roll that back? That dig?
Yep. You haven't crossed
Sure.
phases.
yeah, that's good.
Only revealed information, nothing gained.
Instead of doing
But
that,
I'm curious why
I'd
building.
like to reveal this dominance.
Oh, so we're reversing the dominance.
No, we're building with it.
Oh, no, I'll reveal it later, but for that action, I would like to move here. And then
How'd you get the mouse? How'd you get the mouse dominance just now?
It was in his
it
hand.
was in my hand. That's why I rolled back the dig.
So is the plan to set up half of it now and half of it next turn?
Real
I
quick.
guess so.
Maybe we're gonna drop a citadel into 4.
Possible. Odd.
I'm just trying to track the logic here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the true purpose of citadels? Have we finally uncovered the secret mole dom strat?
Yeah, and then I will reveal this
To build with formal.
to build a citadel in 4.
That's why they call them the formal. Because you build in clearing 4.
I'll take a move.
With this situation, I think I would evacuate 8. Just to have more to dig into 2 next turn since we set up half and half.
And I will move from
That was what I was assuming. Or not.
to 4. I think.
Hello, Draken. Yes, you just missed it by minutes.
That's right.
By minutes.
And that's all my ministers. I can't sway. I return this to my hand. Can't craft.
So, Draken, I'll say it again, but you were very kind. Thank you. What round was the gamble on? Round 5. Or start of round 6, which is
It was triggered on round 5.
yeah, which is what has been happening very consistently.
I think he might have stepped away.
Yeah, I think so.
They have almost all been
The bird dominance. I love it.
5 to 6 gambles.
There's 1 4.
Yeah, I said almost all.
Yeah. After
They've all been 4, 5, and 6.
11
There's
games,
nothing outside of that
I
realm.
don't think there was really any world in which I won on points. I mean, maybe there was. I just don't really know how to play
Which corners are you threatening?
moles. Right now,
Is there a Harrier win this
I'm
year?
not
Has there been a Harrier win?
set to get it.
We've not seen very many Harrier games.
It looks like he wants 4 and 2 though, because he's well squatted in 4, and he'll just dig up in
Yep.
2 and hope to live.
My heart's going no.
Okay, I'm back. All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and read our birdsong. Protectionism, nope. Score dividends, nope. Gather fund.
Check out makecraftgame.com for the stats. If there is no Harrier win in round 1, there has not been one in round 2. That's the best I can give you right now.
Legion here. Okay.
We've had very few Harrier
Clarity, I'm just
games.
gonna arrange that.
Honestly, I don't remember having any in round 1, if I'm being honest.
I think Harrier was chosen once and unchosen once in round 1. That's what my brain's trying to tell me.
My brain's just dumb.
My brain's also dumb. I said trying to tell me. I didn't say telling me. All right, we gotta start talking about whether Otters have a path to victory. They need to acquire 13 points.
Yeah. I don't think they have it this turn, but I think if they just keep everyone else's funds and set up
there we go.
themselves and maybe hit the crap out of the Tinker, they're good.
So, let's see. I think that Harrier definitely needs to be hit. I don't think
Sorry,
there's a
Harrier.
question about that.
Y'all knew what I meant.
Yeah, I think Otters, if they play their cards right, can be on a solid 2-turn clock.
First,
And if
you.
part of their turn involves sending Harrier to the forest, then that makes it a pretty safe 2-turn clock.
is-
The question is, can you achieve both of those goals in your 1 turn? Enabling the 2-turn clock for yourself and disabling the 1-turn clock for Harrier.
We only have 12 funds bay in the bay, which means we would need
We're going to go ahead and use
10,
mouse
11,
bay.
12, 13, 14 to do
Should
what
probably
you're
land a
saying.
Bureau and Eerie Warrior here.
Oh, I guess we don't need to move. We only need 13, which is still one too many.
And I'm going to go ahead and commit 1 fund to battle. Would you like to ambush?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe we spend the Otters to trade post
Oh, I
in
certainly hope.
11, 9, or 10, and then just go and hit the Tinker, because he's the only
All right, I'm
one
going to use my 1 more.
that's threatening to win next turn.
Harrier, you mean?
The Harrier. Every time.
Is there an argument to just hit the Harrier once, then mill the deck this turn? Maybe, if it's a solid, whack.
And then I'm going to use a
Yeah, we're just gonna beat the crap out of the Harrier.
battle. Would you like to
Put
ambush?
some of these moles back, by the way.
Yeah, you'll get them back.
I'm ambusher.
Yeah, when the game ends, you get your pieces back.
Ambush.
You get them back.
All right.
Eventually.
Good roll.
Ooh.
Very good roll. Big for Elivaras' game. I'm big for Treefense's game too, just in the wrong direction.
You've kind of got to forest him, though.
Yes. I will say, I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes when these moments happen, I feel like a child who's just
Pretty
like,
much.
oh, that person got called to the teacher's office.
Oh!
But you've
Maybe not that, like, pose, but yeah.
Would you like to ambush? Was that a no? Sorry.
And no ambush. Love to roll anything other than a 0 from me.
1-0.
1.
Well, there you go.
And I went ahead and committed an otter.
Commit first, sir.
As long as it's correct, I don't care that much. But doing it first is
Another
more likely to be correct than doing it after.
And battle again. Would you like to ambush?
Still no.
2-0.
That is fucking brutal, man.
The Otters are very good at rolling 1-0 and 1 something else.
I know where I'm headed next turn. What was that, a 2?
A 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go have a nap next turn, and it'll all be good.
I would probably damage the crossbows before the sword, right?
I would as well.
At least keep yourself pointy.
You got 1 point, so you're not undefended.
Alright.
But I'd still, if I was the Otters, I'd hit the Vagabond one more time.
You don't want to become a fluffy target. You want to stay a pointy
What
target.
you can do here.
You can be both. It's called a cat.
Um,
They're both fluffy and pointy at the same time.
All right, I definitely. Unless you really think Harrier's going to limp along like this, I would not do any more bashing, and I would
Pivot to
try
points.
to pivot and either draw cards, get out another trade post, and craft the sword. Do something.
Yeah. You could be nice to the moles and give them their 2 moles back to get that fox trade post.
It's worth
I'd
letting
put it in 3, but yeah.
years back so that I can keep the mole dominance from happening. I feel like I'm the only one really equipped to do that.
Oh, I don't think
That's
they're
fair.
going to threaten it. Okay.
although,
You're not a fox.
depends on, like,
Oh, you are a fox.
come
You
out
could
of
actually do it in
forest.
8.
Nat is going to go in the forest next turn, come out of the forest, and we'll see if they can win off that. It's a possibility.
What's funny is I'm also pretty well equipped to deal with countering a mole corner's dominance
True.
because I can be
I mean-
anywhere I want.
Yeah. I'm going to draw 1 card using a bird fund.
I mean, as you're the person right before the moles, wouldn't you literally have to clear the whole clearing to
I want to say
Depends on what was in there.
I'm not sure I love using the bird fund here, because for the reason you were talking about, you could put down the fox trade post down here, craft, and then with your last fund, battle the tunnel for a point.
That's a good point.
You'd want to make sure it's your last fund so you don't have the risk of an ambush trade disruption, but it's not hard to manipulate that.
That's true. Yeah, we're not in a position to do that anymore. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about fighting points on the board still. Because, I mean, technically, we have enough to win off of our board right
Yeah.
now. So I think what I would do is...
Others have propaganda beard, yes, attack Catboy. They did it in clearing 9 to take out a roost.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and draw again.
Don't craft the sword that way. Never mind. Hey, look, another sword.
Okay.
There are 2 swords left.
There are 2 swords left. It's not a negative craft.
Fund.
Oh, was that? Did we just? Okay, we committed after drawing there,
Yeah.
Go ahead and draw again.
or
And that one I think does matter.
Ooh.
oh, oh, hello,
Oh, you can't.
oh, hello,
Hello.
You can't craft that.
John St. John. I'm charmed. I'm sure.
Mm.
Do it.
I
Craft it.
risk they-
Making a trade post.
Craft it. Do it. I dare
I
you.
don't know if I can afford to.
Craft
I
it.
want to keep the anvil, but if I leave it, the Harrier definitely buys the anvil, crafts it, and then wins on their turn coming out of the forest.
Just craft it now.
I'm going to go
No.
ahead and craft it.
Hammer time.
Potentially controversial.
No.
I think
Well, I don't know. That's my opinion. I think you should craft it. What do you think?
I really, as soon as we drew that second sword, I wished we could have crafted the other sword, because then one of our potential paths next turn would have been sword hammer craft.
Informants. Favorite card.
it's back.
It's back.
Tempo wise, Otters cannot craft two swords in one turn. So I wanted to get the one done this turn,
Okay.
so that you can threaten the other one next turn.
Daylight
But
and charm offensive and give a point to the mole.
getting past that,
Draw a card.
I think you're probably fine crafting it. I'd feel more fine if we were not sitting with
Card returns to me.
Harrier, but
Too bad I can't craft it.
right, switching, exactly. It's much better to craft the sword this turn.
Discard cards.
So, funnily enough, with
Combine
just
performance.
we can just win off of trade
I'm
posts.
just gonna step away.
Yeah.
Okay.
But success is all about
Optimizing options.
optimizing options so you have as many paths as possible.
Yeah. Agreed.
Jack, there was, yes. We could have spent the mole funds to plop it down in 4 or 3. We had Eerie funds earlier that could have put it down in 8. And it would not have been hard for us to do our turn slightly differently, to move through clearing 12 instead of 11 and drop it on the way through.
And
There were all sorts of ways we could have done it
Okay. Go ahead and
at multiple points throughout the turn. Like, it wasn't even as soon as we started doing things, it was over. We could have pivoted multiple times throughout.
gonna go ahead and do this. And then craft nothing. Recruit on 6.
Are we just gonna hit some moles?
Move.
Yeah, we're not moving into 10 or 9,
3,
so therefore we're hitting in 6.
Yeah, I think 3 might be a little safe.
Yeah, haha, yeah, no. I'm all for not dropping
It's
more.
not haha, yeah, it's ha, yeah, no.
I'm sorry. Ha, yeah, the second H threw me off. Ha, yeah, no. I do support not putting out cardboard.
Oh, he said
I think-
he said he was stepping away.
I think one piece of cardboard to better enable our victory next turn would have been fine. Particularly with Harrier going to the forest.
Yeah. With Harry going to the forest, I feel like we really kind of could seal it in for the Otters.
Where are the other T cards? The deck just recycled last round.
Well, one got devoured fairly early. One got devoured turn 1 from the minister failure. One got locked in the decree, and then the third one was crafted,
Oh,
and then the deck
I
reshuffled.
made that
Yeah.
That's the best I got.
Yeah.
that was brutal. I didn't even notice.
It was brutal.
I only noticed when I was too late.
The turmoil,
The
yeah.
turmoil
That'll
mistake, yeah.
live
It's tragic. It really is.
blind, leave a soldier behind.
Again, not the first time we've seen that happen to an Eerie player this year.
I'd love to be 4 points higher than I am right now. Because then I think
Definitely rough.
I'm
It's
viable, probably not even, but now I'm just
it's easy to end up in a state of complacency with Eerie.
exhausting the back half of the game. I feel drained.
Yep.
Honestly,
certainly
tournament games are just
I
exhausting
have
in
to
general.
get
Yes.
tomorrow at 4 a.m. for a flight. So
Oh no!
we're having a great time.
Oh no!
Oh,
I hope that you're in an earlier time zone than
thank you.
us.
you're being battled.
I'm being bet.
Oh,
at
goodness.
The tunnel at 8.
What?
I do not ambush.
That's not how. What? Oh, it's any.
Nice 4 point. And then
My brain thought the mouse move was a mouse battle, and my brain got confused.
here, and then score 4 points.
Chat, I agree. I said it.
Wouldn't it be 3?
And
I see the
draw
Eerie
2
board?
cards.
You score 4 points?
It's only
Yeah, 3
3.
points. My apologies.
Yeah, chat, I agree. I said at the start of the Otters turn that
And that's
Otters are on a good 2-turn clock if they can both enable themselves
Turn to take a nap.
and send Harrier to the forest. And I think we can
5 random items.
I think we can say that Elivaras succeeded at that endeavor.
The big forest.
So this adds up to an Otters win for sure.
Nice nap. Evening's rest, I will repair everything, which will fix my bag limit problems. And I will, let's see, I'm still drawing 3, which is the silliest part about my game right now.
Pat, I do wish Moles had at least tossed like a single duder into 2 or something. Just make the table have to do something about it, even if it's not even a good shot. Make them at least pay attention to it.
And
That's my only regret.
that'll end my turn, and it is me stepping away.
We're gonna go scream into a pillow.
Alrighty.
Or pack for our flight.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize whose flight it was.
Hopefully. Alright, I recruit my 2 guys,
For sure, switch.
Scream into a suitcase.
and then
That's accurate. Yeah, we say it a lot on the stream, but Otters Riverfolk gameplay is fundamentally about accruing as much value out of each individual fund as you can. And it is not to say that there's not paths to success recklessly spending, but and we talked about this one in Rackety Tam's game because he was doing that. That play style is fundamentally dependent upon the goodwill of the table and requires really good knowledge of the players and the game state to be able to sense when the mood is about to shift and stop spending just before that. But in general, I think the best way to succeed as Otters is just get the most use possible out of every fund. Don't give things back the turn you get them. Give them back at least the turn after, ideally more. Talk your way out of the table being upset by that.
I mean, Elivaras has done a great job with this.
For sure.
alright.
There was a couple purchases I was surprised that Elivaras got.
Yeah. No, some of these sales were a little
Twice into the burrow, right?
I don't want to say
You wouldn't have a third one for a dig, so you need to only recruit once, right?
No. We recruited once as our normal birdsong action.
Sorry?
Dig is one of the 2 daylight actions you could have taken, so you wouldn't be able to recruit twice if you...
Oh, no, I didn't take the recruit action. I placed the warriors in the burrow in my birdsong.
Oh, sorry. I'm confused. Yep.
I forgot we got a second warrior from the citadel.
But that's not what I did.
I don't think anyone has attacked the Otter Ball all game, right?
I spend...
Otters have only lost warriors while attacking.
And then I have one more.
This has felt a lot like an Underworld era game. A lot like an Underworld era game.
I feel like we've kind of had that shift a little bit in round 2, where it's going a little bit into Underworld more. Underworld meta more.
Maybe.
I will...
He did not have much of one. It's true. But
Very spread out.
But at the same time, sometimes not having much of an Otter Ball is exactly what gets it wiped out, because it means it's easier to just roll in and do one opportunistic battle that wipes you.
Mm-hmm.
I will use Formal's ability to reveal this informants to build a market in 12.
That's gonna get eaten.
When I moved, maybe I'll move.
It's
Why 12?
technically a net positive if we craft a sword.
Because it is Fox.
Formal does not have to match suit.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
Because we have cards in hand still, right? No,
No,
never.
we're crafting informants.
Oh, we're crafting informants. Ooh, I liked when it was a sword craft.
But-
I know. Oh, the 2 points on the Dom.
I know. This is why I'm just confused.
Crafting
will-
informants probably for the ambush.
Yes, this is the only card in my hand. So yeah, I'm using informants to build.
It doesn't matter.
Deciding how many guys I'm
We can be realistic here. Elivaras has the win anyway.
to 12.
Well, having the win and seeing it, again,
I'll
two
keep
different things.
That
I should say, I don't think this
I
building
think.
changes anything.
No.
Yeah, that seems fair. And then I cannot sway, so I return
I just remembered
this to my hand.
Harrier didn't score a point for the very first battle. It went hostile with a faction, right? We missed a point.
Correct.
Right.
And 23 would be so much closer to victory right now.
Oh, that was silly.
Francis, I don't think you can say that until the time of your game actually comes.
Oh well, changed phases.
We wanted informants, Pat.
And yeah, I'll just take this.
Grabbing the bird ambush.
Makes sense because the two edges are different suits. So, all right, Otters,
All right.
can you take it home?
Should be able to. I mean, that is a glut of funds right there.
Considering how many funds there are, that's an impressive amount of Otter funds.
All right. We are going to start by
Well, don't forget some of them are from Harrier purchasing.
True.
placing 2 moles.
It should be an easy win.
Here you go. You get your moles back.
Oh, thank you.
Easy enough that I'm not sitting here mathing it out because it feels like it should be pretty doable in multiple ways.
All the trade posts right now.
Maybe.
Trade post and crafting, I think. I think I might have it.
Oh my
I think I do have
god.
it.
He does.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to trade post again with mole.
That's the other fox. Or we could. I think I would have preferred to do the mouse. I guess it doesn't really
I'm going
matter.
to use 2 otter funds to trade post. In mouse.
Okay. Ooh, that propaganda bureau in 9 really helps with the trade posting with your own funds.
Yeah. 26.
I like that.
And then I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Oh, goodbye, bird. To trade post in 1.
What trade post do we have
I'm
left?
going to craft a sword for 2 points.
We should be at 8 points. We missed somewhere. We got too
Oh, I didn't
excited.
get my points for my 4th trade post. And
There
then
it is.
I'm going to craft the sword for 2 points.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, and I think we still had funds to
Hey.
drop it in 10 as well. Like this was a super
Yeah.
played
I'm
Otters.
honored to be part of. I'm honored.
We got our Otters win!
Otter win!
Thank you.
Otter win.
I'm admittedly annoyed. I had such a slick turn coming out of the forest.
I'm sure Treefense did.
I
had it if you didn't.
yeah, and that's what I was saying. Otters just had to be one turn faster.
I had it. I'm gonna slip out. I blow up this roost. I drew the last craftable tea, and then I aid the moles for the victory.
Yeah, I was worried about you drawing the T. That's what I thought might happen.
Yeah,
So I was like, I gotta prepare.
Yeah, you
Nice.
could win with the aid.
I was going to if Elivaras.
Fun. How fun.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, hey, yeah, great game, everyone. Great game. That was really awesome. Congratulations, Elivars, to your victory. First Otter victory of the year, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
But everyone, you played great, and I will see all of you next round. The joys of a winner's bracket game. So thank you so much for playing. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Everyone watching, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you for our next game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So we will catch you then. Have a great one.
Thank you, Guerric. Thank you,
Thanks,
Lily.
guys.
Bye.